Everybody. Blessings to everybody. Good morning, good morning, good morning. We're here another day celebrating, communicating, fellowshipping, politicking with one another. Glorifying this game, you know what I mean? Edifying one another, Yeah, man, blessings to everybody. I'm glad that you're here. In spite of the things that you've been saying and doing, God woke your ass up another day, and I'm glad about it. I'm glad, even if you ain't, check it out. Even if you not glad about seeing another day, I'm glad that God blessed your Boston baked bean head ass to see another day. You know, even if you don't have gratitude, I got gratitude for the things that God is going to do in your life. You know, I'm appreciative. I'm appreciative that you being blessed. Seeing I don't have no money, you still blessed. You know, you was fooling last night, my boy. What I say? What I say wrong? What I say wrong? And I want you guys to make sure to come in. You know what I mean? Hold on for a moment. Let me adjust this. Wait a minute. Okay, there we go. Hold on. There you go. You dig? Touch somebody and say, there you go. You dig. Shut up. Um, Forget your comment moved too fast. Adam, what's happening, man? Strictly, what's going on? You know, I want you guys to call in, man. Don't be scared. I'm not gonna bite you. See, that's my problem. That's why I want to do a call in early this morning, and I'm gonna bring some messages probably like later on today, if I can. But just to let you know, a lot of times when I be teaching, everybody be asking all of these questions and things like that. So that's what I want you to come in with now. Yeah, I want you to sit up there and come in with the questions. Because when I be talking about the game, it be people that want to, debate and challenge things. So now this is that time. You know, no, not right now. I'm going to speak first. I'm gonna say some things before I pin the number. Appreciate that, bro. But yeah, I'm gonna say a few things and then I'm gonna sit up there. So because of the things that I've spoken on, you know what I mean. I want to give you an opportunity to challenge it, to get clarity upon it, and as a matter of fact, why it's on my mind, you know, let me just put this out there. Um, on last night, I said some things on the topic. Right, you had husbands and they feel it. I know, bro. I know. So let me say this. From the beginning until now and forever, because I am a friend of the game and I am in debt to the game, you will never see me have a discrepancy publicly with my brothers. Come on, man, hit that like button. Why are my likes looking like that? Come on, man, get them likes up. You will never see me have a discrepancy publicly with my brothers. The stuff that you've seen in times past, with Johnny and Bud and different ones, it was because they kept saying things on the internet. That's why I acknowledge them on the internet. But if you really pay attention to those, debates or arguments or roastings, I never initiated them. It was just that I ended them well. All right. But if you pay attention, I never brought problems and situations to the internet. They were brought to me. People kept speaking on me. So because you kept, saying things, I just wanted my turn. You wanted to be famous. I wanted to be a blessing to you and help you. Um, but see, when you have a fallout with a man, you don't have to worry about these things. I've had misunderstandings with Freeze, with Dre. Trophy's locked up right now. I've had arguments with him. People that I hold dear to my heart. I've had arguments and misunderstandings with. But guess what? After we had our misunderstandings, I never went to the internet about it because that's none of your business. I would never speak on, you know what I mean, Dre or Freeze or Trophy or a D or, you know what I mean, people that I love, you know, even Gangsta Brown, you know what I mean. We be chopping it up. Like it's just certain people that I've had arguments or a misunderstanding with that I would never come to the internet, you know, speaking upon it. So when I speak on certain topics or when I'm saying certain things, don't ever think that I'm talking about those people because I would never bring that type of shit on the net. That's not your business, you know. And let me also say this. And I hope you young people are listening. I would never disrespect. Now I'm gonna ride with the truth, but you have to do things respectfully. All right, let me teach you. If somebody has given you information that has enabled you to be who you are today, to do what you're doing today, you are in debt to the game. If they gave you game, you know what I mean, to be a blessing to you, to enable you to be where you are today, you're in debt to the game. So by you being in debt to the game, to the information that was given to you, you don't go publicly disrespecting the individual that enabled you to be who you are. All right? So don't you ever in your existence ever think that I'm disrespecting those who enabled Sinful to P to be who he is today. I'm not an individual that's afraid to pay homage or acknowledge those who I got wisdom and knowledge from. I think it's very unmanly the things that are happening on YouTube when people steal intellectual properties from individuals that they pretty much idolize, and then they go live and they act like the things that they're saying, you know, is their intellectual property, instead of paying homage to the individuals who were a blessing to you. It makes no sense. That doesn't, and it's unmanly. So that's why when you hear me saying anything that Mel Taylor said, anything that Andre Taylor said, anything Freeze said, anything Trophy said, hell, anything that Johnny Cash said, anything Gangsta Brown said, anything that Shantae said, you know, anybody, Elder Mosley, Elder Terrence Patillo, Elder Melvin Dwayne Patillo, you know what I mean, Elder Russian, the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. You know what I mean? If I say something that the Honorable Khalid Muhammad said, you know, the Honorable Malcolm X, if I ever quote from an individual that I was influenced by, that was a blessing to me, I'm going to always acknowledge where I got the knowledge from. Okay? I'm going to always tell you where I got these interpretations from. You know what I mean? I'm gonna tell you where I got, you know, the information from. I'm always going to tell you where this comes from, because it's unmanly to actually say something that's another man said and then act as if you created that. You know? So, you know, a lot of you take my words, my cliches, my colloquial terms, and you never acknowledge me. I don't say anything. You know, I don't say anything. You know, and then some of you are my little brothers. You know what I mean? You're young. So I expect you to do what you're doing. Sometimes I watch you in your stories. Sometimes I watch what you post on IG, Facebook, the things that you post. And you use a lot of my information. You use a lot of my intellectual property and you present it as if it's yours. I don't say anything to you because the game didn't move upon me to say anything to you at this particular time. I just let you be what you are as of right now. But no, we don't do that, man. We don't do that. Hold on. How do I get a consultation? Man, I'm so full of consultations right now. Um, that's the reason why I probably won't be able to go live until 5 o'clock later on today, because after I end this video, I have consultations. You know what I mean? Like, I love to give counsel, but man, that's why I said in the future of this year, that price gonna have to go up, man, because talk, and then those that do consultation with me, everybody has a different comprehension. So a person might have paid for an hour, but within that 60 minutes, they didn't understand everything that was said. And because I know their comprehension is not like this one or this one, I have to take time out with this individual. So, make sure that as of right now, why it's only $200 an hour, make sure that you go to www.sinfultop.net and click on the consultation button and set up an appointment. You need to take advantage of why it's only $200. I'm telling you now, and I'm not being arrogant, but a lot of the things that I'm getting ready to do in the future, I'm telling you that the channel is going to go up. Somebody had put, and I'm not saying this in arrogance, but this is just the truth. Somebody had wrote in my comment section, they said, "Hey, seeing is that you at 60,000, man. Man, you going to definitely hit 100,000 one day." Let me tell you something, man. If that was my goal, nigga, I would have been hit it. I'm doing a bunch of live streamings. Don't you understand that, whenever you do pre-recorded videos that are up to 5 to 10 minutes, that actually builds your channel a lot faster than live streaming. And no disrespect, but I'm a little more charismatic. I'm more comical. I'm more intellectual than a lot of your favorite YouTubers. So if I just wanted to just put out a bunch of pre-recorded videos that were 5 and 10 minutes, whether it be new or old, I'm pretty sure I can do that. I'm pretty sure. As a matter of fact, when you look at the largest videos that the channel has produced, they were pre-recorded. So, I feel you, but come on, man, knock that shit off. Knock that shit off. No, Sin, you got to also keep in mind, Sin took over a year off. You got to also keep in mind that Sin has taken months off. And you got to also keep in mind that after this month, the month of June hit, the summer getting ready to start, Sin about to disappear on y'all ass. I'm going to be back, but man, I got to disappear, man. I got pimping to do. I got fun memories to create, man. I don't got time to be on no damn social media. You know what I mean? The little money is cool and everything like that, man. But man, I'm cool. White Castle's gonna treat me cool, man. I'm straight. Shout out to Knowledge Search. I be having to tell Knowledge Search, man, to let you niggas live, man. Because one thing about Knowledge Search, if he see anything, that you guys said, man. That's not what I said, man. And that's another thing I hate when you guys say these type of things. When you say things that I said that I didn't say. I never said that. As a matter of fact, I told you when my birthday had came that I was going to take a week off. But due to the fact that when that shit closed down, when they closed the whole city down, what was I able to do? You already know I'm not a birthday dude. So whenever I do anything, it's for them. It's really for the bitches. So I told them that I was going to take some time off. You know what I mean? Because wasn't no sense in me taking that week off because everything was closed down. What the fuck I was going to do? You know what I'm saying? So no, I told you guys, man, in the month of June, you know what I mean? I'm going to sit up there, man, and use the time to sit up there and campaign. I've been said that. I don't know where you been. And I never said that I was going to disappear, you know what I mean, for the whole summer. I just told you I was going to disappear. I've been disappearing on y'all motherfucking ass. I've been like a prophet to you. I come, speak the word, bless you with a message, and then I go disappear. I go disappear. And when I come back with more game. I come back with more inspiration. Then I disappear. You know what I mean? And I feel you. I mean, the YouTube shit is cool, but man, no. And then let me say this. It wasn't just because I didn't have my because you have to understand, I don't have I didn't have my citizenship, even though that's getting ready to change pretty soon. And you will see a different Sinful to Pete once I get that citizenship. Because with the citizenship, not only will I feel more comfortable having my face all on social media, because I know that anybody and everybody back home or anybody can't just do anything to get me deported. You know what I mean? Once I have that power of my citizenship, not only can I just boldly do whatever the fuck I want, but then that means I get to come back to the States. I get to go to any country and come back to Canada and not worry about, whether or not I'm gonna be able to get back in Canada. I've been said these things. Where do y'all be? Do you be listening to me? Can't be. But anyway, man, no, you cool, you cool, you cool. But you have to understand, okay, I'm gonna just tell you from a woman's perspective. Just picture if Sin was doing things the way that I was doing things, and I don't have picture from a woman's perspective, you gave this man, you gave this man, over 2 years of your life before you physically seen him. And because of unwise decisions that he made, this man, he's locked up now. I mean, not locked up, he's deported now. All because somebody decided to hate on him. Somebody decided to sit up there and report his ass. And so now, he's gone. You know what I'm saying? And it's not even just that, because there's so much that you guys don't know, but I'm gonna let you know once I have certain things legally straight as far as that's concerned. You're gonna know everything. You're gonna know about how certain individuals tried to hinder me from doing this and that, how certain individuals got the police involved. You already know, without me saying this person's name, who was trying to basically get me in jail in AZ. It's just so much that you guys don't know prior to me coming here, and then even while I came here. So I had to move wisely. I had to sit up there and move with wisdom. And that's why it upset me when a certain individual was trying to basically get me deported and trying to get me fucked off, and certain individuals was communicating with them and was cool with them. But they have this all is fair in love and war mentality. But see, the thing is, you don't want to see me on that. I seen how you is, but me on that type of shit is another. You know what I mean? And like I said, I've evolved, I've matured now. So no, Sin don't want to be on that. But see, if I be on that, man, I promise you, it's gonna be completely different. Something that you couldn't even handle. Because I know how you niggas move. I know what you into. So it's easy for me to get upon you. If I want to sit up there and have something done to you, I could have been had you pray for. You got to think smart, man. You're not dealing with no just regular ass nigga. Most of you are stupid. You slow. I know you slow. I've been around you. I know how you think. I know the places where you be at. You're not thinking. Yeah, you gonna collaborate with the monkey to get my situation fucked off. But I can collaborate with some other shit to get you prayed for. You're not thinking, man. You're not thinking. You're not thinking. But that just lets you know when niggas know, and you already, some of y'all knew from that one incident when the one individual called up to the W and told the people at the W that you have a registered sex offender. He is a convicted human trafficker. He's endeavoring to recruit girls for prostitution. He's also talking to minors. He's talking to adults. And he's coming up to the W Hotel, to do these things. And the video was put out there, and many of you saw that. So when you seen the husband, the toothless dude, all these other people, siding with this guy, communicating with this guy, I couldn't respect them as street individuals. When them niggas talk all of that, I was in juvie, I was selling drugs, I was gang, all that shit go out the window. You know? So, like I said, man, if I want, like, for example, one of them niggas was in Chicago, and then I'm gonna sit up there and leave off, open up these phone lines. One of them niggas was in Chicago. One of my young niggas hit me and said, Sim, what do you want to do? I said, leave him alone. No, it ain't like that. He did what he did, but that's some solo shit. But I want you to know, even in my head, even though I had love for the youngin, but at the same time, I never seen how the youngin move. And even if I was on that, I wouldn't have basically sent him or had any of his people do anything because I don't know your people. And if anything transpired, I don't want my name being involved. Because there's many individuals that'll pick something up and pray for somebody and help them get to God. But after the police get involved, your name will be involved because niggas don't know how to stay solid and keep that shit real. So as far as doing any of that type of shit, you know what I mean? I don't do shit with new niggas. I don't, and you shouldn't either. If you don't know how a person move, you never seen how they get down, you never seen this person in a bad circumstance or under pressure, you know what I mean? Like I told you, the true character of an individual is revealed in a bad circumstance when the pressure is being, applied. And if you never seen this individual maintain their sanity and getting into a continuity of being, a man that's mentally responding instead of emotionally reacting under pressure, then no, you shouldn't be involved in no street shit, especially when it comes to praying for somebody and helping them get to God. And this individual you setting yourself up to be in a correctional facility for an eternity by having, coming together with an individual that you never seen under pressure. That's a case waiting to happen. That's a bad situation waiting to happen. So no, I would never go that route. Not with nobody new. I appreciate the gesture, and that he's a good young nigga from what I see. I done seen him a couple of times, but I ain't never been involved in no street shit. You have to understand, everybody in the pimp game is not street niggas. Everybody in the pimp game, just because a nigga presiding over women and doing all that, that don't mean that if the police pull you over or y'all got into a situation that he gonna keep it solid. Let me bring some enlightenment on that. Don't think just because this nigga pimping, that he gonna stay solid in a bad circumstance, especially if he was never under pressure before, previously, prior to this. Because I think I told y'all about that time, when we was on Fig and one of my partners at that time, and he's a pimp. Hollywood, everything. But man, when we got pulled over by the police, he cried in front of the police. Now this is supposed to be a Hollywood, pimp. He's a Hollywood division pimp. You know what I'm saying? Good nigga, still doing his thing today. But when the police pulled us over, man, he cried. And anybody that know me, sin don't lie. You know what I mean? I've had certain individuals listening when we were talking. These are facts. The man cried. Does that change the fact that he's a fly, pimpish motherfucker? No, but the truth of the matter is he still cried. So don't think just because an individual got women and he got a car and he got a nice house, he got jewelry, he got long hair, nails, man, that don't mean nothing, man. Stop all that. But yeah, before I open up these phone lines, man, get the likes up. Everybody hit the like button. I'm about to open up the phone lines. And you can ask me any question that you desire pertaining to this. But look, check this out. I even put some questions out there, for you. And I think I'm going to go live on that topic because I spoke on it, but I never opened the phone lines up for you guys to ask questions on it. So let me ask you, would you rather have a square? Hold on. Would you rather have, a fresh turnout? Or would you rather have a veteran? Would you rather preside over a fresh turnout, or would you sit up there, you understand me, and rather have a veteran? A veteran hoe, you know what I mean, that know the ropes, know how to get dough, know how to honor pimping, know how to respect pimping, already been cross country, didn't hit licks before, you know what I mean? Would you rather have veteran hoe, or would you rather have that fresh, marketable turnout? You know, she looks the part. You know, to make it worth your while. I might even say, you know, she's a white blonde with blue eyes, what have you, whatever your fantasy may be. She is a fresh turnout. Would you rather have the fresh turnout, or would you rather have the veteran hoe? Which situation would you rather preside over? Now, okay, check it out. I'm gonna give you another one. Would you rather have a flatbacker, or would you rather have a thief? Would you rather have a flatbacker, somebody that just go to dates and they just suck it and fuck it? You know what I mean? I didn't tell y'all to call in yet. You know what I mean? Somebody that's just sucking and fucking. You know, would you rather have a flatbacker, somebody that's just fornicating to accumulate? You know, in exchange for fornication, she getting some accumulation, you know what I mean? She getting her accumulation and then giving up her time or fornication or what have you. Would you rather have, you know, this flatbacker, or would you rather have a thief? Once again, would you rather have a flatbacker, or would you rather have a thief? And once again, the flatbacker is a bitch that, you know, she's sitting over there, you know what I'm talking about? She's selling pussy. She's selling head, you know what I mean, for the bread. She selling her time, you know what I mean? But the thief, she's sitting over there snatching everything in sight. Watches, rings, you know what I mean? All the finer things, anything that ain't glued to the tape, she taking it. She's a golden glove. She is a thief. Okay? She's a thief. Now, to the women, let me ask you a question. You know, would you rather have a pimp presiding over you, or I'm asking the ladies, would you rather, you know what I mean, have, you know what I mean, a pimp presiding over you, or would you rather have a D-boy? And fuck what anybody think. Fuck what, it ain't no right or wrong. It's what you want. Would you rather have that pimp presiding over you, or would you rather have a D-boy? Would you rather have the D-boy as a boyfriend, the D-boy as your man? You know, you don't want a pimp. You know, so you going with the D-boy, or you going with the pimp? Also, to the ladies, if you was to have children, do you want, you know what I mean, you know what I mean, would you just wait till you're out of the lifestyle and just have it with a square? Would you rather have your child or children with the pimping, or would you rather have it with a square? You know, would you rather have? It's no right or wrong. It's just what you think and what you want. I'm very interested in finding out. You know, I'm very interested in finding out. Also, ladies, would you rather have a guy who is going 50-50 with you, or 60-40 with you, or a guy that's taking all the money? Would you rather have a guy that's cute, good ass dick, know how to eat your pussy, know how to make a good deal with you, and go 50-50 or 60-40, or would you rather be with the pimping that's gonna break you for every motherfucking thing that you got, bitch? You understand me? You trying to give it all up, or you just trying to give a percentage up? You know? Yeah, let it be known. Get my likes up, man. If we got over 300 people listening right now, get the likes over 300 right now. This is a call in. This ain't me teaching. I'm asking you guys questions. Do you want to give all your hoeing up, or do you want to give a percentage of your hoeing up? Yeah, get my likes up. Everybody hit the like button right now. Come on, get more recommendations, get more notifications out there, get more people in here. Everybody hit the like button. So, which one would you rather have? Hold on. I'm about to open up the phone lines. Hold on for a minute. Let me help y'all. Also, we can even take it there. Hold on. We could even take it there. Do you think that a man can be an active pimp? Hold on. Do you think that a man can be an active pimp and still be an active husband? Can you be an active husband and an active pimp? Can you be a legendary pimp and you was married for the whole time while you was in the game? Is that still legendary status? We need to know. Let's talk about it. This is the time to call in. Hold on, let me put this in the comment section. All right, the number is there. This should be good. This is y'all video. Hit that like button, man. Why is y'all struggling to hit the like button? Let's get these questions out here. Come on. I want to talk to you. The 702-800-9473 number right now. Call in. Let's see what you got to say. People are always talking in the comment section. I want to see what you got to say now. Hello?
What's going on, Pete?
What's going on?
This Laura calling down at ATL, calling in sometime. And the questions you said got me to thinking, and I'm looking at the news, looking at what's going on around the world. In New York and Philadelphia, they have changed the laws where they're not prosecuting the sex workers. So this information that you're bringing to the mainstream and educating the mainstream with this information that goes on in the underworld is very relevant because our society is about to change here in the U.S. They're doing the laws like in Canada. So there's going to be a society where, so this information that you bring to the public is going to be relevant because this is going to be the new reality in the U.S. It's going to be kind of like Canada, legally.
Well, just to let you know, brother, out here in Canada, prostitution it's been legal.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, it looked like this was going on in the U.S. We had to that officially in New York and in Philly. So.
Yeah, I could actually see prostitution being legal with a few restrictions involved in the future. Notice I said a few restrictions involved in the future. I could see that. As long as.
I'm looking at with it being that way from a legal standpoint, as in getting in the trade, not on your level, but getting in the trade as far as having a chain of massage parlors throughout the states where they're making these laws like that.
Right. It's definitely going to evolve. But let me get to this next call, man. I appreciate you. Hello?
Greetings, brother. How you doing?
Oh, man, I'm blessed, man. Talk to me.
Absolutely. Okay. My question, man, is by no means, I'm not a pimp. I'm not in that lifestyle. But, there's the game really does pertain to across the board in life. And I wanted to ask, when dealing with a female, say if you didn't want to put her on the streets, but you wanted to place her in school or place her someplace into society where she's making a lot of money, but she in terms brings that to you and makes your life better and benefits you from that. Would you be able to? Well, not would you be able to? I know you can, but could you speak on that? And would that be in relation to pimping?
No. Pimping is it's different. It's innumerable definitions about this beautiful thing called pimping. But in all simplicity, a pimp gonna get his currency, man, off his game. Now some would say they gonna minimize it by saying that it's only from the pussy. But in all actuality, if a pimp write a book right now, or he writes a film, or he doing what I'm doing, giving consultation, he gonna receive accumulation for the information that he gave. So in other words, he's still living off the game. Now, we would say that it's pertaining to pimping as far as charging her, but we wouldn't, like amongst pimps, you wouldn't bring that up in a conversation with pimps presiding over hoes, getting in and out of cars, and putting their life in danger and seducing and reducing strangers and shit. You wouldn't compare that to hoes that's executing your game and resorts and casinos and all. No, 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 no. But as far as charging, that, yeah, that's a good charging. Hold on for a minute. If I see a woman and after interviewing her, after having a mental safari with her, I understand that she's not cut for my lifestyle, that doesn't mean that she is not chargeable. That doesn't mean that she can't be profitable for me. So she can still be beneficial for somebody that's official in the game. Even though she's not participating in the lifestyle, I can still send her to a university. I can still send her, to a place where, she can put herself in a good legal position, making good legal, career type of money, hundreds of thousands, in the year and things like that. So I can still charge her. You know what I mean? So she's still chargeable. So we wouldn't need, that's what you should have said. Chargeable. Yeah, I can charge her. I can give her instructions. She's still profitable. But she wouldn't be referred to, she wouldn't, put it like this, she wouldn't be classified or defined as a hoe. She would just be somebody, she would be somebody that was a blessing to my game. Like a doctor. If a woman is a doctor right now, say she don't want to sell pussy, but she just feels she loves sin, and she want to be beneficial to me, and she says, sin, you should eat this, baby. I've done some research and I found out, that this is going to better your skin, this is going to help you live longer and things like that. She's beneficial. Yeah, I need her. I'm going to charge her for this information that she has that I don't have. And I'm going to charge her for some more things too. But yeah, man, just because this woman ain't selling pussy, that don't mean that I can't charge her motherfucking ass. Oh no. I'm going to still give her something to do. That's what you do.
Right. Okay, yeah, that's basically what I was asking myself. I'm into gardening and a bit of farming, and when I hear the word hoe, you know what I'm saying, like we actually use this tool called a hoe, and I was trying to reference that towards the pimping, but of course I'm a square, you know what I'm saying, so I'm like, is this something that where a woman can go out, you know what I'm saying, her actual hoe, she goes out and she cultivates for the pimp that plays the role as basically, I would think, the husband, which is the cultivator. And so I'm sitting here just trying to put it all together, you know what I'm saying, and get into her mind where she can feel her body.
Don't do that. Back. Don't do that. Don't do anything that's not you.
Right. Okay.
Stay in your lane. Always remember, everybody can't be a Magic Johnson. All right. Everybody can't, in other words, a point guard sets the tone. A point guard, you know what I mean, sits up there and, make sure that the plays, the strategies, before we even came on the basketball court is executed properly. That's what the point guard, you know? And everybody's not a point guard. Everybody's not a Matt Johnson. Everybody's not that. You know?
Right. What's interesting is that you're saying this and that's revelation, because I really am not able to do anything that's on my heart. You know what I'm saying? I've been on the planet, just in physical form, I mean, for a little bit longer than you would, I believe. I think you're in your younger 30s or mid 30s or whatnot. But what I wanted to ask you, brother, is that, whenever I listen to you, you're very wise, you're very groomed and blessed, by the Most High. And if you wanted to speak on it, but at some point I wanted to ask, what inspired you to choose the name Sinful? I mean, because I don't really see the game that you're sharing as sinful. I mean, it's wisdom, really. I mean, that's the question.
Well, look, in the future, I'll give you guys a pre-recorded video speaking upon that. Okay, but let's deal with that. What is sinful?
I mean, I think sinful, my definition would be anything that is against quote unquote God, or you know what I'm saying, what the Christians would say is against what's written in the Bible and whatnot. But I mean, so yeah.
Okay, well let me just say this. What helped everybody become gods? When you go into, let me just say this, when you go into scripture, it says we have become gods. We knowing good, from evil. We have become gods. Sin is the reason why man and woman became gods. Sin is the reason why, that everybody did that. Sin was the one that opened their eyes. They had no vision before sin. All they knew was purity. All they knew was spirituality. They knew nothing of carnality until sin came. They knew nothing about going through adversities and difficulties until sin came. Sin was the one, that opened up their eyes. Before then, their eyes wasn't open. Read in the word. It says now their eyes are open. What did that? Sin did that. So, sin was the one that gave vision. Sin was the one that gave knowledge. Sin was the one that changed the whole world. Sin changed the game. That's what sin did. Sin is, something that, for example, people know that they're involved in sin and they know that this is, like I shouldn't be doing this, but they love sin so much they just can't shake it. You know what I'm saying? It's like a love-hate thing, I know this is wrong. I know this, but I just can't stop. Exactly. And for a person to say that they're sinful, they're saying that they're the embodiment of sin. And for anybody outside of the will of God, you're actually sinful, because the Apostle Paul said in Romans 7:18, for I know that in me that is in my flesh dwelleth no good thing, for to will is present with me, but how to perform that which is good I find not. The flesh is unclean, the flesh is unrighteous, the very flesh is sinful, it's cursed. So, you have individuals that profess to be righteous, self-righteous, but God said in His Word, your righteousness is as filthy rags to me. So you're still in that sinful flesh. You can't escape this. As Dre would say, that which you could continue to, I forgot that. But basically saying that, the very thing that you endeavoring to stay away from. You know, it's eventually, if you don't acknowledge, or you know what I mean, you don't answer the call, it's gonna get you. You know what I mean? And that's sin. Like I said, I can go on and on and on. Even in the 5th chapter of the book of Genesis, you look at the 2nd verse, her name was Adam. So not only did sin give them gain, but sin even changed their name. sin was so cold. Sin was so cold that he changed the bitch name, man. You know, the bitch name, if you go to the 5th chapter in the 2nd verse of Genesis, you'll find out that Adam's wife name was Adam. She was called her husband's name. Her name didn't become Eve until sin changed her name. And that's what the fuck this pimping do. I'm changing. I sit up there and give game. I'm giving bitches names. All that shit. You know what I'm saying? So it's different. Hey, listen. I didn't want to be, no disrespect to my friends, but I didn't want to be pretty this or gorgeous this or no, sinful fits me perfectly. And then you have to also remember that I'm a backslider out of holiness. So out of everybody that you've ever known, who the best to fit sinful? A minister, a preacher, you know, somebody who has the message of reconciliation, the gift of exhortation, someone who has information about salvation, but yet with all that information is involved in participation in carnality. That's a dynamic motherfucker. Now, it might be demonic in a certain way, but it is like the best of all worlds. Sinful.
Absolutely. I mean, absolutely, brother. Now, and that brings me to my next question. Now, I know that.
Damn. I do got to get to other people, but go ahead.
I just want to say this last one, brother, because I do respect your time, but thank you for taking the time with me. Last question. So in the game, I hear church instead of church. And, you know, I do recognize your gift, man. And, you know, I've never heard the game brought and broken down in the way that you do it. And I really believe that the Most High God, you know what I'm saying, in all divinity is using you and is able to use you. And you can take this question off the air, but, you know, if at some point do you or will you start your church, you know what I'm saying? I mean, of just the game and truth, you know what I'm saying?
I would say this, and I don't know why you. No. You guys get to ask whatever you want to ask. I say this to you. In the future, I will be yielded and submitted to the will of Yahweh. And if Yahweh has called me to evangelize or pastor or bishop, appreciate that, bro. Good looking. I was like, man, maybe I said something to hurt their feelings, man. I was like, I don't see no cash app, no super chat or none of that, man. But appreciate that, bro. I was like, man, me talking about guys being husbands and shit, that got these niggas in there. I said I ain't seen no fives, no tens, 20s, 50s, or hundreds, none of that. I was like, man, I sat up there and talked about niggas being husbands in the game. And man, I ain't. They was like, I ain't donating to that nigga no more. They did me just like Baby on the Breakfast Club. You know, man, don't mention my name. Put some respect on my name. Don't mention me no more. But no, bro. In the future, I will be submitted, committed to the will of God. If God be merciful and allow me to continue to live, I am going to surrender all to the Most High. You know?
Absolutely.
And
man,
go ahead.
No, I just want to say with that, Doug, I want to thank you and say you stay blessed and prosperous, brother. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate it.
Appreciate that. Love. Hello? Hello? Hello?
What's going on, Simple?
What's going on? Why are you guys calling me while why are you guys calling me while I'm on the phone? Wait till after the phone call and then call me. It's not like I'm in my phone call to talk to you. Just wait till I finish with my phone call. Damn. So we can stop hearing that boop boop. You know what I mean? But go ahead, man.
I see. But nah, I ain't gonna lie to you. I just had a little quick question for you because I know it's a bunch of dudes calling shots. I already know you want some of the women to call in and let them get in and say what they gotta say. I understand. I see it. But I just had a quick question because I'm kind of on a spiritual journey. I heard you saying something that you was before you started pimping, you was dealing with the word of God. So I was
Mm-hmm.
talking to one of my homeboys, and we were talking about how this shit kind of hard to focus. You know what I'm saying? When a nigga stay horny all the time. So with that being said, once you able to master that and focus on what you need to focus on, it really ain't nothing that can stop you. So I read in this book
Man, hold on for a
about
minute.
something called
Appreciate Antonio, man, coming in with the hundo. There we go. I was like, damn. I was like, maybe I shouldn't speak on them husbands no more. Damon, good looking with the 10, man. I was like, man, I was gonna have to go live and be like, my bad. I want to say I was a little tipsy. I want to say that they had put something in my Fiji water. They had me going in on the husbands in the game, and I know I offended, a few people, man. I just wanted to say my bad. You know what I mean? Let's get them super chats, and them cash apps rolling. My bad. And I know that's a touchy subject, so we just gonna leave that alone. All right, man. But okay, what's your question, bro? What's going on?
yeah, I'm trying to figure out and kind of get a better look at because I read some shit called sex transmutation. You take any, I don't know what they really mean. I'm just trying
Bro,
to get
what
a little
this
better
got to do
view of
with
it.
some pimping?
Like shit, I'm trying to use that as part of the game so I can apply that to what I'm trying to do because I'm trying to go into real estate and I want to take that energy that I got. You know what I'm saying?
Bro,
This
I don't know
mental
what the
energy
hell.
and
No disrespect, bro, but I don't know what the hell you talking about. I don't even want to know what you talking about. That shit sound like some other shit. I want to get to this pimping. I want to get to them questions that I asked. That's not gonna bring no enlightenment or entertainment. I don't want to talk about that shit. He hung up. Thank God. He talking about mutation and boogers and all of this type of shit. Get this shit off my phone. I'm trying to get to some pimping and hoeing, man. I'm not trying to get that's call O'Shea, call my brother for all of that shit. Call Freeze. And that's how you lose hundreds of people too. Answering all of this dumbass shit. Hello?
Hello, do you hear me?
I don't know. I'm gonna
Hello.
move on. Hello? Hello? Hello?
Hey, what up, P?
What's going
How you
on?
doing, man?
What's going on?
Hey, I just want to thank you for the game, man. And I got one question.
Yeah.
So I be getting hoes. You feel me? A lot of them be coming over. They be fucking on the first date. But I feel like I'm selling myself short. So I want to know how I graduate.
To want to fuck with you, huh?
Yeah,
Um, well, first of all, how old are you?
I'm about to be 26.
About to be 26 years old. And why do you want to be a pimp?
Well, I don't necessarily want to be a pimp, with all the coats and the caddies. I don't need all that, but I do feel like, once I be giving these girls a dick, they be like talking about relationships and shit, and I'm just trying to figure out how I can back away from the sex, and maybe I feel like I might be giving them too much. So I'm trying to figure out how I can get more out of them before I, give them the D and shit.
Hold on. Let's go back. You saying that you want to sit up there and do what?
I'm just trying to get more out of my women, basically.
You trying to get more
But I
out?
know,
Okay, put it like this. Put more into you before you get more out of the woman. Put more into you and manifest that which you put into you. And those basically that want to be involved with you convey prerequisites to them for them to fulfill. And if they don't fulfill it, then they can't be involved with you. It's simple and plain. But before you sit up there and get into profitable situations, What you should do is invest more value into yourself, deposit more value into yourself, making you a more valuable man. And any woman that comes, into your presence, by her realizing, man, because she gonna realize that, she's in the presence of a valuable man. I mean, because with all the accomplishments, that you got, you're in shape, you're financially blessed, you're mentally blessed, you just got it going on. And because you pretty much deposited so much value into yourself and you treat yourself like the best definition of value, you don't devalue yourself by giving dick to women just because they're attractive.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I feel like I've been doing.
Yeah, stop doing that. So the thing is, all that energy that you have, the sexual frustration, the energy sometimes that nigga get when he just wanna just fuck the shit out of a bitch. Go to the gym. Yeah, go to the gym. Trust me, you gonna work out hard as a motherfucker. You know what I mean? When you give all that energy, to the gym. Now I'm not saying that you gonna stop being a man because you still nigga still got this dick between his legs. You know what I mean? And sometimes, especially when a nigga ain't this pimping, sometimes it just had to go down. I completely understand. But stop giving up a Rolls Royce for free. Stop treating a Rolls Royce like it's the air of God and it's just available for everybody to breathe. Stop doing that. Treat yourself like you're the best definition of important. And like I've been telling you guys, man, treat your dick like a holiday so you can live life every day like your birthday. Treat your dick.
Yeah, I want my birthday every day.
Yeah, treat your dick like a holiday so you can live every day, man, like your birthday. Even when you got bitches that's paying you, that you charging and things like that, you don't even give them dick like that. You don't even fuck with them every day. You don't even fuck them every week. You bless them, whenever you desire to bless them. So if you gonna play that field, you don't have to be a pimp to charge a bitch. That's one thing I taught all of you young men. You ain't gotta be no pimp to charge a bitch. You don't gotta be no pimp to be valuable. You don't gotta be a pimp to, make yourself the best definition of valuable. No, you don't. You don't have to sit up, you understand me, and do any of that. If you know that your motherfucking ass is the best definition of valuable, conduct yourself as that. Conduct yourself as the best definition of important. People that consider themselves to be important and valuable, they just don't bless any bitch to suck their dick and fuck on them. No. You having an ass that's big enough to fuck up a toilet, that's not good enough to suck my dick. You having a ass that you paid for, or titties that you paid for, or a face that you paid for, that's not good enough, to suck my dick. That's not good enough for me to put this information on your face. No. So you just have to see yourself as that trophy, and you have to treat yourself as that. But don't be over 400 pounds and looking a damn fool. You can't dress, you out of shape, you got bad hygiene, and you sitting up there talking about, I'm the best definition of important. No, you're not. That's why I said, you have to deposit value into yourself. You got to make yourself valuable. But don't try to say that you're the best definition of important, I'm the best definition of valuable, and you haven't put no,
But so, fuck you, but they won't look at you as valuable. I feel that.
Yeah, a bitch, hey man, a bitch will suck your dick and go on about her business. Right. You will sit up there and fuck the shit out of a bitch, you know what I mean, for 30 years within a 24-hour period. Damn, man, why all these people call? I told you guys to wait till after my phone call. So let's say you done fuck this bitch for 30 years within a 24-hour period, and then you still got bills that's due. After you did all that fucking, after all that sweating, she done sit up there, you understand me, and shot all on your bed. She done sit up there and shot all on your leg. But after making her come that many times,
You got shit. Right.
Can you ask her to pay a bill? Can you ask her to at least go half with you on rent?
Shit, not the girls I'm fucking with. I'm fucking with some broke bitches, honestly, but they look good.
No,
They broke as well.
no. Listen. You need to change your vision. Every bitch that's broke is ugly. Every bitch, every bitch. Listen to me. 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 Every bitch that want to stay broke is ugly. Every bitch that don't want to do something with her life, ugly as hell. Every bitch that got a fat ass and a pretty face, but she refuses to stop being a bum, you're not attracted to. Stop being attracted to bums. We are not attracted. We are not attracted to big booty, pretty ass faces. You know what I mean? That ain't she don't want to do nothing with her life. So she doesn't deserve to suck my dick. She doesn't deserve to swallow my nut. She doesn't deserve to lick my balls. And yeah, that's funny to the women, you know what I mean? But see, when you see yourself as that dude, as that nigga, you don't give a fuck what them bitches is sniggling and laughing about and all of that shit. Because all you see them is some unworthy peasants that's laughing and communicating in peasant language. They understand the shit that they saying because they're peasants. They speak the vernacular of nomads. So I mean, hey, I don't understand that. So no, don't give a fuck about a bitch say, oh, he must got a little dick. Oh, he's gay. Oh, nigga, you're ugly. Oh, nigga, you're stupid.
Like that,
you know what I mean? Hey, I'm all of that to a bitch that don't want to do it. If you say that I'm ugly, if you say I look a fool, if you say I'm a lame, I agree. I am all of these things to a bitch that refuses to do anything with her life. I am all these things to a bitch that want to stay broke. I am all these things to an attractive bitch that's always homeless. I'm all of these things to you. I'm all that the very thing that you hate, the very thing that you dislike, bitch, I am all of that to you because you refuse to do anything with your life. So therefore, I've become everything that you despise. Anything that I'm all of that.
That's what's up. Hey, I got one question just to go off that, and then I appreciate that advice, man. I'm gonna definitely do it. I'm gonna stop fucking with these broke hoes, man, because I feel like they're a fucking headache. That's why I felt like I had to call you. But so my second question, so say I start fucking with these bitches actually doing something with their life, and they start to take care of me a little bit. They start showing that they're trying to give me something back.
Stop. Let me teach you how to talk. Don't say that I start getting these bitches to take care of me, and no, that's the wrong mentality. You have to see yourself as an individual that deserves that. I deserve to be blessed. I deserve for my women to render and surrender to me. I deserve that.
Right.
It's not so much of the bitches taking care of me. No, bitch, you're being a blessing.
You're right. That was the wrong choice of words.
Yeah, so because that sounds.
That's the wrong choice of words.
Hold on. Because the reason why I corrected you on that because that sounded very feminine. Oh yeah, my woman, she take care of me. It just sounds like you just got your nails and hair done. Take care of me. Yeah, it just sounds like you got your hair and nails done, and you just got your feet kicked up. Like my bookie got me. Like no, we don't talk like that.
Nah, I feel that. All right, so say she blesses me, right? When it comes to like the bedroom, you say, I'm gonna give her something, right? I'm gonna give her some pleasure because she's been good or whatnot. How do you, how you go about the time frame? Because with some bitches, you say you drink that water and eat that fruit. I'll be the same way. So we can go all night if we want to, but we don't always have to. We shouldn't. I feel like I shouldn't always, give my all in the bedroom to a woman. How do you go about rapping?
Are you saying that?
You ever
go ahead? Mm-hmm.
You ever been with a bitch, like she find us fucking, you be fucking from like night till morning, like y'all fuck like 6 hours, like y'all fuck like 2 hours, take a break, fuck another 2 hours, take a break, fuck another 2 hours. You can't do that with every bitch.
Listen, man,
you be giving them a lot.
Listen, man, it sounds like if you got 360 minutes, and I'm gonna keep it real with you, I'm gonna keep it 100. I'm not gonna make fun of you. I'm not gonna make fun of you because I was actually in a relationship with an individual at one time, and me and her, used to, especially when we was off work, that's all we did. All we did was fuck. The TV would be watching us. So I completely understand what you're saying. I'm not gonna act brand new because my lifestyle's changed. But let me just say this to you. No matter how great you are in bed, no matter how high your stamina is, if you keep making that common, if you make something that's great common, it won't be appreciated like it was supposed to. A woman won't feel obligated to make you appreciate it because you took something great and you made it common. So you can get as much pussy and booty, and you can fuck that bitch till the rapture comes.
No, we
But
ain't
the
doing that. We need the pussy.
but reality is, if you keep doing that every day, every other day, every week, and if you're doing it, especially for the amount of time that you're doing it, it's gonna become common. So no matter how great you are sexually, you now have become common. So she's not going to feel obligated to make you appreciate it because you give it up anytime she wants it. And then the amount of time, and then, you know what I mean, you're giving days and no, completely contrary. And then she ain't even done it. She haven't even benefited you. And y'all in there just sweating, breath stanking and
really
shit.
Hasn't. Her pussy just good. And that's all it really is. Just some good ass pussy, for real.
I mean, hey.
Let me do what I want with her.
Hey, I can't. Hey, I'm not mad at you.
She a triple threat, like Lil Wayne said. She got the mouth, the ass, and the pussy.
Hey, if you want your dick farted on, that's you. But I gotta move on, bro. I gotta move on. I gotta move on. Okay, moving on. Yeah, he lost me with that one. He went to getting his dick farted on. I don't want you to fart on me, bitch. No, no, no. No, no, no. No farting on the pimping, bitch. No farting on the pimping. Speak. Go ahead.
Oh, hi. Hi, Sanford. So my look.
Who?
So my.
Bro, you got to turn your background down. Hello.
All right, so my question is, I would like to know how you go about telling the women, like, how to reduce the trick for some cash, like.
Bro, I hate to say it, but you sound like a male prostitute. And I know this ain't the first time you heard this, but you sound gay as hell. You gonna have to put some bass in your voice. Like the moment you even called me, the moment that you called me, I got scared. I'm not even gonna sit up here in front, brother. I got scared. I don't like your voice.
Well, the ladies love it, so I don't really.
I don't think the ladies love it. I don't think the ladies love it.
Is to know how to do this, please. Just give me
bro. You sound like you're asking me questions in lingerie right now. I am cool on that.
Some fly clothes and everything goes when I flow, because I got this one girl, but I just need this game, please. I just need the game, please.
Man, you sound like Earth the Kid. I don't want to give you any game to be a male prostitute, sir. I think that you're asking, what to do with a woman, but in all reality, I think you're the one that's getting that in and out of cars. And I can't promote or support that, sir. I just can't. You're somebody's son. You're somebody's grandson. I can't do that.
I just want to go about this game right.
I know you want to go about this game. See, I knew you wanted to choose and basically sell your booty for somebody, but I don't promote that. I already felt the spirit of male prostitution the moment that you called in. It didn't even take the spirit of discernment. I could just tell that you're a male prostitute, sir, and I can't give you game so you can sell your booty. You are a man. You're a male, and you're supposed to be a man.
Tell me how I go about telling these women, to get the cash.
Young man, you need to give your life to God. Amen. You can't die. You can't die like this. What profit a man? What profit a man to gain all of that dick and lose his only booty hole?
Like as I was speaking to this lady, and we were connecting, and I told her that I'm with this because I've been with it. I have her, but it's like I need to know. I don't know what to tell her. Like to get the money from him, like I do, but I just want to know how you go about it, your perspective.
Son, I don't trust your voice. I don't want to give you any game. It just
This is
you
my
have
voice, my flow. This is my flow. Don't play my
no,
voice.
no,
Oh, let's
no,
need to get this. Let's
no.
get it.
You sound you sound like your name is Max Zesty. Like, no, I'm cool, man.
I'm not that sensitive. Like I gotta feel with these girls to connect with them. I understand
No,
everyone
I'm
the
sorry.
game that
It's a no for me. No, it's a no
you
for
know.
me. It's above me now. It's above me now. I
Oh,
no.
like, please, just give me this shit. Like I was
No,
so excited.
no. It's
I
above
thought this,
it's above me
I thought this
now.
was
It's above me now. I no, no. Mm-mm.
come
It's a no
on,
for me.
please, man.
No, it's above me now. No.
I,
I don't want to
yeah, I've been reading books
Mac
day in and
sorry,
day
Mac
out. I
Zesty.
understand it.
Mac
I know
Zesty,
how
Mac Zesty.
you're.
Mac Zesty. No Mac Zesty. No. I'm so
Yeah,
you
but
have a very moist you have a very moist spirit. No. You
look,
need
I'm in touch with my thing because I stay balanced. Okay, so just tell me how I go about this.
no, Mac Zesty, I can't give you no game, Mac Zesty. I'm sorry. I can't.
Come on, please.
I can't give it to you, man. I'm sorry. You sound like you one of the ex Spice Girls. I can't do that, man. Any man that calls himself Ginger, I can't give you no game, man. You know what I mean? You out here lost. And like I keep
I'm not
saying,
lying. Like,
what
I'm
profit
really, and I'm
what
really
profit a
pleasant.
man? Listen to me.
I
Listen
really,
to me. What profit a man to gain all of those dicks and lose his only booty hole? What profit a man to sit up
please
there?
stop playing it.
What
Stop. Whatever you're
what
doing,
profit
hold on.
what profit a man to be
Claiming I
involved in
will be.
all of that
I'm
and lose his
gonna
only booty
like I'll
hole,
probably
sir?
get lifestyle one day. Probably not because you probably camping, but you just chilling, But I'm going about this. I'm about this, really about this, and I feel the spirit, like I feel the energies, and I feel the situation as I was turning this girl out to the knowledge I have. She with it. I'm waiting for her
No,
paycheck.
no,
She get it.
no,
I break her
no,
for the
no,
cash.
no,
For the
no,
cash.
no,
Listen,
Max
how crazy I'm in this shit.
Max Zesty. No, no.
Hey, just give me the game.
Max Zesty. No, no. I know. I see. I could just listen to you and tell that you a city girl. So it's like, you know what I mean?
I,
How you gonna be a pimp
I
and be a
get
city
this.
girl? That don't go hand in hand, Max Zesty. You cannot be a pimp and be a city girl. See, you want to have a hot
Look,
girl summer and you want to pimp at the same time. You can't pimp and have a hot girl summer. That don't go hand in hand, son. You need
but
to
I
give your
feel like
life to
it.
God.
Ooh, like I feel like I can really get it, really get it,
I know.
like just
See,
off this.
see. Now the truth is coming out. Now you feel like you can get it, get it. See, I
No,
knew,
I know
I
I
knew
can
that you
get
could.
this shit.
See,
I know it.
see.
I
No,
don't even believe because believe is like not even knowing. Like this
Max
is what
Zesty,
it is.
Max
What it
Zesty,
is.
Max
It
Zesty,
is.
Max Zesty. Listen to me, Max Zesty. You know what I mean? Stop. You need to give your life to God. All of this pimp stuff,
I'm
all of this
like,
homosexual. No,
this God, the
no,
way I'm going about this is so
no,
godly.
no,
How I do this so fly. Like,
no.
just tell me how your experience. So I
Max
just
Zesty,
need to know
Max
how you
Zesty.
go about this. I need the answer
No,
now. Like,
no,
everyone's asking some stupid ass questions, and this is a good question. Just answer the shit, delete the video,
no,
because this is my
no,
need.
no, no. I'm sorry, Max Zesty. I can't give you no game.
Like this will be the last game I ever really need from you. But as much I
No, Max
appreciate
Zesty.
everything that I heard,
Max
but this is
Zesty.
the only.
I'm not gonna teach you how to catch dates. Max Zesty. I'm not gonna teach you how to get dates, man. Sorry, Max Zesty.
Did you? I thought this was asking a question, get a motherfucking answer.
No. I just don't like your voice, your spirit. I don't like the spirit that you're governed by. It's a very nasty
Don't like
spirit.
your spirit is, but I've been
No,
listening to you. You
no,
may not like my
no,
spirit, but God accepts everyone for everyone.
no,
So this is my
no,
spirit. That's
no,
like my spirit.
no.
That's like
You can't
like
you can't make
you
it
know.
into the kingdom of God, son. One minute you want to be
This
Megan the
I am. If you
Stallion,
don't
one minute you want to be a
like me,
pimp. You can't do that. See,
I'm hyped about
you
this
one of
right
the
now.
barbs. You
I
one
can
of
keep
them
it cool.
barbs.
No, I just want the answer, and I will be on my way. Like, just give me some real knowledge. Like, I
No,
need this
I'm
real.
sorry. Hello.
Hi, how are you, sir? How are you today?
I'm doing very good. Who am I speaking with?
My name is Iona.
Oh. Mm. Is this somebody that I've spoken to before, or this is your first time calling in?
No, this is my first time calling in.
Okay. And so this is your first time actually catching the channel, or how long you been
No,
watching?
I watched you before. It's just my first time calling in.
Okay. Well, go ahead, darling. Make your statement or your question. Ask your question.
Yeah, I thought the other guy was gonna cry. I
Yeah.
was painful.
You know, hey, it is
Anyway.
it is make blessings to Max Zesty. But okay, what you talking about, baby? What's going on?
Okay, I wanted to answer some of the questions. I
Hmm.
thought we were supposed to call in and ask
Yeah.
questions.
Go
Not
ahead.
be
Go
like,
ahead.
okay. So I wanted to feed off you.
Hold on for a minute.
You
Are
said,
you a participant in the lifestyle, or are you outside of it?
no, I'm not. I'm a square. I'm a square. I'm a
You're a
square.
square. Okay, go ahead.
Like a jagged edge square. So,
Hold on for a minute.
I thought that,
Everybody click on the like button. Let's get them likes over 400 so we can get the notifications out and the recommendations for the video. Make sure that you hit the like button right now. Okay, go ahead.
okay, boy or a pimp, correct?
No. The
I'm sorry,
question
what was it?
was basically saying that if you were a participant of the lifestyle, or a woman that even wanted to participate in the lifestyle, would you rather be involved with a guy who is hustling as far as selling drugs, or would you actually want to be with the man that's in the lifestyle with you, pretty much a pimp? Would you rather, be with a D boy or a pimp?
But even though I'm not in the lifestyle, I can still answer this question,
Go ahead.
correct?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay. I would pick the D boy
Mm-hmm. And so my,
because
go ahead.
go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I just no. You're gonna already answer, so let me listen.
So I said I would pick the D boy because I don't see myself being in the lifestyle that way of participating in that way of giving somebody 100% of my profit. So I'm just being honest. So
Mm-hmm.
I would see myself being with the D boy.
Mm. Okay.
But just be honest, I don't think I would be a good hoe. You would have to
Mm.
know if you would be a good hoe, correct? So I don't think I would. I don't think.
Well, let me know when I can respond back to what you said. I disagree, because right now, by you being a square, by you being a woman that's not in the lifestyle, of course, you think like that now, because you don't know the authentic, definition of a pimp. You don't have the correct vision of what a pimp is. Because if you did, you wouldn't have said that because you're much more intelligent than that. And as far as you being a hoe, baby, I think that you would make a good hoe. You know, so of course, I disagree with you, but let me explain something. When you're in the
Okay.
lifestyle of pimping and hoeing, right? Or matter of fact, fuck it. Let's say you're talking to a trick, and within the conversation, that you're having with this trick, you're one-on-one with the trick, he's asking you questions that you don't have the answers to. You don't know how to conduct yourself, as of right now. Who are you going to get that information from? Because the D-boy doesn't have the game to teach you, you know what I mean? He don't have the answers for these questions. He can't give you game on, the proper etiquette or the way that you know what I mean, supposed to sit up there and control the date from the beginning, the middle, and the end. He doesn't have that. So, can we both agree that by you being green and ignorant, and by your boyfriend, being ignorant, that it's going to be a lot of money lost? A lot of money won't be generated simply because no game is presiding over the situation. Because a man can only take you where he's been. And if a man doesn't have the information to give to you, he can't give you something that he doesn't have. So you can only produce what the man introduces you to. So if that man has no information for you, you pretty much getting ready to lose out on a lot of money, on a lot of good licks in the game, because you don't have no game. And the man that you're involved with, he don't have no game. He got game to sit up there, you understand me, and push a product, to sell whatever he got over, what you should have said, during this time. How he can't, he don't even probably even know how to dress you. Matter of fact, it's going to be times where you're going to be discouraged. There's going to be some times where you would be discouraged because, it happens, not just in our lifestyle, but it happens in all walks of life. And let's just say that, you know what I mean, you want to basically vent and speak about your day, and, you know what I mean, you want to speak about, how you feel. I'm telling you now, baby, that D-boy not going to be able to relate to you. And neither is he going to be able to turn your discouragement into encouragement, because he doesn't have that within him. Nobody can encourage a hoe, like a pimp. Nobody can give enlightenment to that hoe like the pimp. And let me also say this to you. As far as your statement that you made, I can't see myself giving all my profit. Well, let's just say that, it's some bitches right now, they're keeping all their profit. It's just the sad thing is, if you're making nothing, listen to follow me. Right. If you're making nothing, what you mean keep all of your nothing? You got women in the game that they're attractive, they got a nice ass, they pretty as hell, but they're still making nothing. They're still making $300 and $400 a day. Some even just $250. They don't have the game. Right. So, they're keeping all of their nothing. But at the end of the day, at the end of their careers, what do you think they're going to have to show for the nothing that they presided over? They paid themselves nothing. They gave themselves all of the nothing. So what will they have to show for the end of their careers in the game? Nothing. Simply because, they were making nothing. So what do you mean keep 100% of nothing? And then you have individuals who generate money, but they don't have the wisdom on what to do with it. Remember, baby, everybody makes money. You do have some women that are very attractive and they're making money. It's just that they don't have the wisdom on what to do with it. They don't have the discipline here. Just like it's a lot of bitches on OnlyFans, checking some nice amount of money. Right. There's some bitches, that's renegading, that's going in and out of casinos, you know what I mean? And they making hundreds of thousands within a year. But because they didn't have the wisdom on how to preside over the money, because they didn't have discipline, you know what I mean, on how to save money, at the end of the day, with all the money that they made, they didn't have anything to show for it. Simply because they didn't know how to make the money work for them. They knew how to make money, but they didn't know how to make the money work for them. They didn't know how to preside over the money. Therefore, after their whole career is over, all they got is cute pictures of how they used to look and the places they traveled to and all of that shit. And they got some cute pictures. They got some nice Birkin bags and, beautiful things, but they have nothing to show for it as far as assets, property. You know what I mean? That bank account ain't looking like it's supposed to. So like I
Right.
said, this is just my belief. I believe
Right.
that a Muslim husband should have a Muslim wife. I believe that a man in holiness, he should have a sanctified, saved wife. He should have a saved and sanctified wife in holiness. I believe that,
Right.
if you a street dude, you know what I mean, you gonna need you a woman, you know what I mean, that's cut like that. Because if you got locked up or fucked up, you gonna need a woman that's gonna be strong enough to stay down with you and handle some things while you locked down. You know what I mean? So
Right.
I'm simply saying that you need somebody that has the best compatibility with you, and I'm telling you the man that has the best compatibility with a hoe is the pimping.
I hear you. I hear your opinion. I hear your point. Fully noted.
Hmm.
So, did you want me to answer any more or ask any more questions?
Oh, well, let's deal with that first. Now that I've spoke on that, do you still have another talking point? Would you like to expound and say something more profound upon the matter? Would you like to debate any more further? Would you like to explain
Oh,
why you?
I wanted to ask a question. What
Hmm.
if there is? How do you know somebody's a woman is really? Like I said, I don't think I would be a good oh. If somebody comes from a background that has this knowledge and has like a mother and a father, do you still think they can be guided in the life? Would they be even better of a hoe with this?
People have a misunderstanding about my lifestyle. I think that they actually think that the only woman that would be with a man such as myself is a fatherless daughter. They think that the fatherless
Right.
child is the best candidate to be somebody's hoe. And I'm here to tell you that whether she has a father or whether she's fatherless, if she meets the right man in any lifestyle, not just mine, but if she met the right man in any lifestyle that she was attracted to or that she liked, the importance is not so much of the lifestyle. The importance is the man that she likes. So I could be a gangbanger, killer, gorilla, GD, BD, sell CDs and DVDs. I can be a motherfucking pediatrician. I can be a minister. I can be a motivational speaker. Whatever lifestyle that I live, that's cool and everything. But if that woman likes me as a man, what I mean, she'll get involved with me and she'll evolve for me, because she likes me as a man. So I might have some mannerisms and some characteristics that are very similar to her father. And her father raised her to respect men. Her father raised her to respect manhood. Just like you, if you notice, the whole time while I've been talking, you haven't interrupted me. You haven't spoken over me. You're not belligerent. So like I told you, I totally disagree with you saying that you wouldn't make a good hoe. I think you would make one of the best hoes, baby. But because one thing you've already proven within this conversation is that you know how to listen. You know, and that's all I need you to do. Because in order for you to even follow instructions, what do you have to do first? You got to listen, and you're already doing that. So I'm just here to tell you that whether she has a father or whether when a pimp is speaking to a woman, he doesn't say, "Oh man, I'm gonna stop talking to her, man. I done already found out she got a daddy. She had a father. A father was raising her, so I ain't gonna be able to knock this bitch because she had a father." We don't think like that. We don't
Okay.
say
Okay.
we don't think that because she had a father or she got a college education or she had a religious background that I can't have this woman. I've had plenty of women who had fathers, come from a religious background, and had degrees, and was still pimping like a mother.
No, that was it. I don't want to take up any more of your time. I know
You're
there's
not.
still
You're not.
some
Listen to me.
crazy
Listen
people
to
who
me. You're
will call
not.
in.
Uh.
So
Listen to me. You're not taking up none of my time. We got plenty of time. So what other question did you have? Because if you got another question, I definitely want to give you an answer. Because it sounds like you're curious, and like I told you, and I can keep telling you, I totally disagree with you. I think that you would make a very good hoe. You know? Yeah, yeah,
like,
yeah, yeah. Sin think you would make a very good hoe.
well, I'm
Yeah.
from Vegas, so I already know. Even though I'm a singer,
Uh huh.
I found the lifestyle, so I already know what it gives and what you can get from it.
Okay, so let me ask you this: how old are you?
I'm 40.
You're 40 years old. You sound like you look like 20.
No children. Maybe that's why.
Okay, so you're 40 years old and you have no children. May I ask, what's your occupation?
Illegal
Okay. And how long have you been doing that?
for about 20 some years now.
Oh, wow. Yeah. So you rooted and grounded. Okay, so let me ask you this. Um, of course, by you not being a participant and, you doing the career thing for over 2 decades, what made you gravitate to this channel? What was it that you heard or seen that made you keep looking at different videos?
Um, I like your insight because you have a spiritual background, and I'm a PK's kid as well. So I can relate. And plus, I like the guidance that you give to these young men and women, but a lot to the young men because a lot of young men out here are lost and they
Mm-hmm.
need guidance from
Mm.
someone, from another black man. So I like your knowledge and how you speak and give just real game. So
Uh-huh.
that's why I tuned in to you.
Okay, well, I like the fact that you tuned in, and I like those reasons. So, you're a preacher's child?
Yeah, I'm an evangelist.
Oh, wow. Wow, I knew it was different reasons on yeah. So that explains a lot to me. That's the reason, for a lot of things. That's the reason why you could actually listen to a man without interrupting. Not saying that all preachers' kids are, females, so that you had a good, yeah, upbringing. Yeah, yeah. So, I actually, I like this conversation already, man. That's all you had to say was my mother was an evangelist. So you was taught good. Yeah. And so,
Yes.
like I said, and let me just say this to you. Now, as far as them niggas, a lot of the guys that you've seen represent the lifestyle to profess to be what I am, you wouldn't
Right.
be attracted to that, because I
No.
already know your mentality already. But let me just say this to you and every woman that's listening. In every walk of life, there's a representation that you would be attracted to. Okay, case in point, I'll give you an example. When you go to the soft white underbelly channel and you look at the male representation that's on there for the pimping, if you look at
Mhm.
certain guys, you'll go in the comment section, the women are clowning. They're saying that this guy is ugly, how he can't, pronounce. His pronunciation is just all messed up. He can't articulate himself and what the hell he got on. I mean, they going in, right? And then there's certain men that come on there and you will notice that the guys that the women kind of consider to be attractive, not just physically, but within the interview, he can articulate himself. He know how to present
Right.
the information. you don't really see too much roasting. You seen certain women, even college educated women, and women who are married and squares. You had a lot of squares in the comment section saying, okay, I can see why a woman would pay him. I can see why a woman would be involved with him. I can see that, you know? And so I just said all that to say this, that means that I think that guy that she said, I could see why a woman would pay him. I could see why a woman would like him. I knew right then with you just saying that, if that man was in front of you, he could have you, because I can already tell if you was bold enough to say that, I can just already, imagine the things that you thought before you said that, So, as far as with you, for you to even call me, knowing what I represent, and for you to say that, yeah, saying, I'll take the D boy. But for you to even participate in a question like that, you know what I'm saying? It's not like you're unknockable. That's why I keep telling these guys, all women are knockable. Just because you didn't knock them, just because he didn't knock them, there's some representation. And every woman is not going to like Sinful to P. Every woman might not be attracted to Sinful to P. But it's some women that might not be attracted to Sinful to P, but they're attracted to Freeze. It's some women that might not be attracted to Freeze, but they're attracted, to K-Red. It's some women that might not be attracted to K-Red, but they're attracted to Andre Taylor. It's some women that's not attracted to Andre Taylor, they might be attracted to Bishop Don Magic Juan. It's some that might not like Don Juan, but they'll sit up there, and fuck with some Sharp. They just like, a woman like what she like. And a woman to sit up there and conform and perform for the man that she like. And that's in every walk of life. People make the lifestyle so important when they should really pay a lot of attention to the individual. Because if that woman likes that man, and a woman liking that man, that's half of the battle. If a woman wants to fuck that man, if a woman is sexually attracted to that man, if that woman has a desire, for that man, even sexually, even just with that, it's up to that man to intensify her desire to go from wanting to fuck me to wanting to fuck with me. That's on him. But any woman, every woman that's governed by feelings can be knocked. Oh man, this is my wife. She can be knocked. Oh man, this is the first lady of the church. She can be knocked. Oh man, this has been my hoe for 20 years. She can be knocked. They can be knocked.
Never say never. It's just the psychology and the chemistry, like how you said.
I like the way you even said that. You better make sure that this ain't your last, phone call calling in. I like your voice. I like your spirit. I like your little biography. You know what I mean? So you make sure this ain't your last call calling in. I like you and I ain't even seen you yet, Yeah. So I appreciate you calling in. Was it anything else, baby, that you want to ask or a statement that you want to make?
Was it, and I will call again to converse with you, to get you off the hook with some of the, to break up the crazy calls that come in.
Okay. All right. Exactly. Okay. I didn't want to sit up there. Now I got the right name. I thank you for calling in.
No problem.
All right.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you.
You have a good day.
You too.
All right. Bye-bye.
Okay. Hello?
Hello.
What's going on, player?
What's good, P? It's Candyman. What's good, P?
Hey, do me a favor. Turn your call down. Turn that volume down.
Okay. You hear me now?
Yeah, turn that down. So what's going on? Talk to me.
All right. I got two questions, but they should be quick. First question is, have you ever seen a situation where, like, is it common for a trick to run off with a hoe? You know what I'm saying? Not like snatching a bitch, but
A hoe
like,
to run off with a trick.
mm-hmm.
Is
Like
it,
on some boyfriend shit. Like she liked him.
is it common? Um,
Yeah.
I would say that it does happen. That's my answer. You know,
Uh,
it does happen. You know, because you must understand that we have a lot of male actresses in the game that promote money. Like when you go to as pages, what do you see them doing? They're counting money. What do you see them
yeah.
talking about all the time? Money. What are they glorifying all the time to the woman? Money. So when you glorify money to your woman or women, you know, you can sometimes expect for this woman to get knocked by somebody who has more money than you
Mm-hmm.
because you glorify money. This is some teachings that Andre Taylor gave me years ago. When you glorify money instead of glorifying the game, you are setting yourself up to be knocked by an individual who has more money than you. And the tricks got more money than pimps. So by the tricks having more money than the pimping, then if the so-called pimping is glorifying money, why was it such a surprise that when this woman came, you know what I mean, to a place where the place was embellished right and the ambiance was so beautiful and she could just smell the money. She could feel the power of this man's money. Why was it a surprise when she no longer wanted to be with you anymore? She went with somebody who had more money. So that's why we glorify the game. We don't glorify green dollars with dead hypocrites on it. We just appreciate what the game could do. We appreciate what money can do, you know. But we don't exalt the money. We exalt the game. We exalt the information, knowledge, and wisdom.
Okay.
But yeah, it does happen. It's not something that's just like happening everywhere. Like, oh man, the tricks is coming up. But it does happen.
I figure, because I know they emotions. A lot of them really want boyfriends, but they just, like you say, they just lazy, don't want to work a job and shit. They really want a nigga to save them.
Yeah, yeah. Now, what's your next question?
Um, how do you deal with a hoe that has a drug problem, like the bitch snort white? You know what I'm saying?
Easy, easy. I can let me just cut you
A
off.
mark. Oh,
Easy. Don't deal with her.
okay. I was
That's how
figuring
I
that 'cause
that's
I
how
was
I
thinking
deal.
like,
That's how I deal with a bitch with a drug problem. Easy. Don't deal with her.
uh huh. Okay, because I was thinking that because I was like, you know, because there is a lot of cute bitches that's very marketable, you know what I'm saying? But it's just that drugs take over them, and it's like you could have all the game in the world, but if it once the dope man got the sack, it's over with.
But
All shit
let
go out the
let
window.
let let me just say this to you. You can preach to her mind. You can teach to her mind. You can pray for her. You can speak in tongues as Casper the Friendly Ghost give you utterance. You could do all of that. You can pimp at her mind. But until that woman gets sick or tired of being sick and tired of being on drugs, she's not going to get off those drugs. It's a waste of time. She has to have a personal desire on her own to get off of drugs. Now, I've had some women that, you know, had a personal desire on their own to get off of drugs, and I was able to give encouragement, provide enlightenment, and provide inspiration pretty much every day, you know? But no matter how good of a pimp that man is, and no matter how good his pimping is, if that bitch don't have a personal desire on her own to get off that shit and stay off that shit, she gonna relapse. She gonna go back because she don't have a personal desire on her own. Being with a pimp, that's not good enough. Oh, I chose up. That's not good enough. She's going to relapse. She's going to backslide. She's going to subside to that shit. You have to understand. If you pimping on that bitch, you going cross country with her. And when you go cross country to different blades, you know that bitch got accessibility. You know what I mean? So much destruction out there. You know, that's just like if I took a bitch to Phoenix and put her down on 27. Man, a bitch can get drugs. She can get high at any time and everywhere up on that 27th Street. It's drugs every goddamn certain tricks be having it on them, and not only do the tricks be having it on them, you know what I mean, but it's other bitches that be doing it. You know what I mean? So it take a strong-minded woman. It take a woman that's disciplined, to not be doing drugs with the trick, to not be doing drugs with her so-called hoe partners and all that old goofy shit. It take a strong-minded woman to disdain and abstain from these things.
It's
Facts.
just with these females nowadays though, it's like they all on something. It's like they all on something.
No,
And I'm in
no,
Orlando. I remember
no,
you
no.
mentioned like OBT
Listen to
shit,
me.
but
Listen to me. No, we're not gonna do that. We're not gonna categorize all the women that are participating in the lifestyle of pimping and hoeing to be on drugs. You got women that's in the game that don't smoke, they don't drink, they don't do nothing. Believe it or not, you got some women that's in the game that's just like me. I'm 37 years old. I've never been high or drunk in my life. And you have some women in the game that's just like me. Very few, but you do have them. The majority, for the most part, do smoke cigarettes or weed and do that. A lot of the strippers, they be doing some coke and things like that. We're not gonna act blind to it, but to say all of the women, no, no, all the women not like that. But I gotta go, man. I appreciate you for calling in, bro. Blessings.
appreciate the same.
All right. Can we get them likes up? Can I get over 500 likes? Has this content been good enough to reach 500 likes? Can we get them likes up? Hello?
Hey, how you doing, Sam?
I'm doing all right, brother. Talk to me.
Hey, I've been working on my credit, making a little money, doing a little investment, but I want to step my clothing. Yeah.
I can't hear you. I can't hear you.
I wanted to step my.
You want to step?
Okay, hold on.
You said your clothes?
Yeah, suits,
Oh man.
dress attire.
Yeah. What city you in?
I'm in North Carolina, between Greensboro, Charlotte.
You know what? You can go to Charlotte and go to the South Park Mall and get you something.
Okay.
Yeah, you can go right to the South Park Mall in Charlotte. Since you that close, you can go to that South Park Mall and get yourself right together.
Now I've been working out as well. Do you get your jackets and your undershirts tailored too?
Yeah, you can do you if you've been working out and you got, what I mean, you're getting your biceps, your triceps, what I mean, your chest look a certain way, rather for you to just take it off the rack and just leave it as it is. If you a muscular man, if you trying to get your Shannon Sharp on, what I mean, you want a suit, what I mean, that fits you like a Shannon Sharp type of guy. If you notice when Shannon Sharp is doing his arguments with Skip, Shannon is always sharp. Shannon always
Oh.
has suits that's tailored to his body. So even though you can't see him, you can't see his chest, you can't see his arms, you can't see his traps, but you can see that Shannon Sharp works out even with a suit on. That's because he's tailored.
Exactly. Emmanuel Archer, Greg
Yeah.
Jennings on Speak for Yourself, baby. They suit game is pretty cool. Okay, I needed that.
Yeah.
Another thing, are you into, I'm not too much into buying fancy cars. You know what I mean? That's why I really want to step my clothing game
What
up. I mean, this car is cool.
what car
But
do you what car do you want? You want your old school? You want a new school? What you want?
I
If you're
mean,
not into, because I got friends, I mean, they really into them cars. I know some pimps that break themselves to cars because in their
yeah, I'm not
minds,
into that.
yeah, in their minds, they think that, what I mean, this shows that I'm pimping at the highest level, spending every dollar that the hoe gave, so I can drive off the lot, making it seem like I'm doing something that I'm not. But then you have individuals that want to pimp just like the white man. He don't care nothing about none of that. He just cares about good credit, money in the bank, You know what I mean? And you know what's fucked up? Them very same guys that got the jewelry and the nice cars, guess what they gonna be calling for a jug when they lose that car? Guess what they gonna have to do after they pawn their jewelry and they don't have no more money? They calling a pimp that's presiding over his money wisely for jugs. These are big facts. Because like for myself, I'm not competing with the Joneses. Nigga, I am the Joneses. I'm not competing with that. Listen, outside of my women, now I'm making $15,000 to $17,000 legally every month, and it's even gonna change even for the situation. My legal situation is going to get even greater. So I don't want to do anything to jeopardize, the things that I got going on legally, and will have even greater in the future.
Okay. So you didn't ever feel that you had to get a Benz or because I feel
I
if
don't
I buy
have
a
nothing to
Benz
prove. I don't.
3 years later I gotta buy the newer
You could
one.
just
3 years later I
listen,
gotta buy the newest one. So
listen. You
I'll be
can.
good with a new Impala. To be
Okay.
honest with you.
Then if that's what you want, do your thing, man. And you don't sound like a guy that's in my lifestyle anyway, so you ain't got nothing to prove. You ain't got nothing going. Do your thing, man. You can
For
ride
sure, for sure.
Cadillac, you can sit up there and ride Benz, you can ride limousines, you can ride Zimers, you can do whatever the hell you want, man, if that's what you desire to do. But just make sure you got the money to do it. Just make sure that after you do the things that you did, that you still got some money left over. Because one thing I've learned, I don't break myself. I'm not gonna break myself to jewelry, cars, or none of that. I break myself to a house, but no, I'm not gonna break myself to no damn, no, to the nigga shit.
Yeah,
No.
cool.
Mm-mm.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel that. I feel that. I feel that.
Appreciate.
Okay, okay. Well, you know what? I'll probably go to Charlotte this weekend now that you said that. Get me some nice gears, man. I'm tired of going in the same, looking the same as everybody else. You know what I'm saying?
Well, get your game up, man. Blessings to you. Love. Okay, my little brother Alexander the Great then came up in here. Shout out to him. You know. Okay, who is this? Okay, hello.
How's it going? Simple Peace. From Chicago and giving you a number of peace and blessings. It's a good afternoon here.
Oh man,
I
blessings
was,
to you.
oh yeah, I be seeing you sometimes pop up in Jap's live chat. I be have to give you a shout out. You know what I'm saying? You
Chicago love. Shout out to Minister Jap. If you guys don't know nothing about
yeah.
Minister Jap, make sure you go over to Minister Jap, and when he live, flood his comment section. Give him a super chat. Let him know that seeing sent you over there. Chicago love. It's a 773 thing. 312-708. Go ahead.
All right. So I'm kind of like a late bloomer coming to the aspect from like being a square into understanding the aspect of the underworld, what the pimp principle say early in my youth. I just never understood it because I was kind of like still like a square in my mind, because I was trying to do what society tell me as far as like being a good dude, keep a job, try to stay out the streets. But I stopped picking up certain cues and signals from living in Chicago. Of course, you know that. I have just not been. I've been a security guard for about 10 years, and I have always been overweight. But ever since the pandemic, I have lost a lot of weight. I got in shape a little bit, and now I have to wear a suit at locations that I'm at now. So with the attraction confirmation that I'm getting from women, it's like I have like this black pill mentality, like how Malcolm X views them women now.
Brother. What is your statement or question, brother? I got other people I gotta talk
I'm
to,
sorry.
beloved. What you talking about?
All right, sorry about that. So sorry for holding the line up. I just want to know, like, how do I navigate knowing the knowledge I got from last year dealing with listening to you and other red pill content creators? How do I navigate
Now,
without getting played?
hold on. What do y'all? What's all this red pill and white pill and orange pill stuff y'all be bringing, man? This. Listen, no disrespect to the red pill dudes, but just call me the pimpin'. Just call me the
The pimping.
game. I'm not on the red
Oh,
pill. I'm not in the underworld. I'm not into none of that, bro. How long you been watching my channel?
a couple of months now.
Okay, well
Here and there.
I can tell that you need to keep watching Chi Town. I got a lot of love for you, but let me move on to another caller, man. Keep watching. Pay attention so you can learn. Love.
All right.
Yeah, man, I was being merciful when he came with the underworld. He was coming with the Malcolm X. He coming with red pills. I'm like, man, where is this shit going? Hello?
Blessings to the gang, P.
Blessings to you, man. What's going on?
Nothing much, man. I got a question to ask you, man.
I got an answer to tell you, man.
I appreciate that, Pimpin. All right, so I constantly find myself needing homes, right? Even if I want to take the woman serious, I still find out maybe days or weeks later that she's a promiscuous woman, right? Now, I know that there's on that line of division where good women and dirt bags, you know?
Okay. I want for one of my because I've never asked that. Um, Matter of fact, I'll save that for a discussion. That's another good lie. Okay. Now your question is what? You taking promiscuous women serious?
Yeah, I mean, I don't. It's not like I plan on doing it. They just wind up, falling into my lap. You know what I'm saying? And I've met women before that had been in the game, and but fortunately, I can't take them serious. You know what I'm saying? But I want to find that division. Could it be the woman that I'm searching for that always like this, or do I have to change my demeanor, or and if I do have to change my demeanor, what steps do I got to take to get there? You get what I'm saying?
Wait a minute, man. So you have promiscuous women that just keep falling into your lap. And so,
Right.
are you asking me game on what to do with them, or what are you asking for?
No, I wanna find a good one, but I keep finding these bust downs. I don't want them. You know what I'm saying? Like I
You
can't take
wanna
those
you wanna
type of women
find
serious.
you wanna find a good woman.
Right, right,
So as a woman, as far as like a girlfriend that can lead to a wife.
right. Now I had a woman recently. She had a good job, worked at the bank and everything.
Okay,
Had a
listen,
good
listen,
job, great
listen,
job.
listen, listen, listen to me.
Uh,
If you want a wife, there's nothing because everybody's laughing, but no, if you want a wife, um, before you get involved with somebody and you elevate to a marriage and and get involved in that business called marriage and things. Um, Let me ask you, do you have your priorities straight? Like you got like how's
yeah. I got,
mhm.
yeah. I got all my own shit. You know what I'm saying? But I keep finding these
Okay,
trash
what
bags,
place?
man.
Okay, but what places are you going? What environments are you in? Because
Oh,
a person can be sitting in the garbage can and say, "Man, why I keep meeting garbage? Why I keep meeting trash? Nigga, you in the trash can." So
yeah,
he shouldn't be surprised that he keep meeting trash. If I sit up
yeah.
there and if I'm driving around, if I go to clubs in the trash can, restaurants in the trash can, you know what I mean, stores that's in the trash can, popular places that's in the trash can. If I keep going to all these places that's within the trash can, then I'm predestined to meet trash.
That's a fact.
Right. So the solution to that is to change my environment.
That's true.
And
That's true.
I've been telling you guys about places like, not saying that you don't find those type of girls there, but what I will say, man, you know what I mean? You can meet, a better population sometimes by going to certain locations like Whole Foods, going to the gym, you know, uh, you might meet, what I mean, a nice, beautiful woman, in a very expensive, store within the mall. You know, there's just certain places that you can go to and you can catch you a woman, man, that got a career. She got her shit together. She don't have no children. She's a grown ass woman. You know?
Yeah, but I don't look as good as you, Pete. You know what I'm saying? No homo. I don't look as good as you, man. So I can't go in the Whole Foods and find me some snow. I can't do that. You know what I'm saying? I gotta get what
Okay,
I can
okay,
get. You
okay.
know what
Well,
I'm saying?
first of all, number one, we're not comparing ourselves. Uh, you scared me. You scared me with that. You've already lost because you don't believe in yourself. You don't never tell a man that he look better than you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Don't do that no more. As a man, don't do
Uh,
that. It's okay to admire somebody, but never say that another man look better than you. No, don't do that. Even if he did, don't tell him that. You know.
yeah,
But let me just say this to you, man. You know, you can have whatever you want, black man. But as a man thinking,
yeah,
so is he. With the way that you are right now, just what you saying, that statement that you made, you don't need to get into it first.
yeah,
You
yeah.
know what I'm saying? That's why I asked you, did you have your priorities together? And you responded like you gave the most typical response. You thought I was talking about your paper. I was talking about you. You know what I
Mm,
mean? I was giving you your.
yeah.
I'm talking about you as a man. I'm talking about something that's greater than the money. I'm talking about you as a man. And so you got some
Mm,
issues as a man that you need to deal with before you get involved, with a woman. Many of you think that, God has abandoned you, life has abandoned you because you don't have a woman right now. You don't have women right now. In all reality, you should be counting this time as a blessing because you got time to get your shit together. The time that you got right now, by yourself, you need to be doing things to be a blessing to your mind, your spirit, your heart, your body. You need to build yourself as a man. And until you build yourself as a man, until you get some knowledge of self, because you can't believe in nobody that you don't know, until you get knowledge of self and build yourself and make daily deposits of value in yourself, don't even get involved with a woman. Don't even get into a relationship with a woman because by you not knowing who you are, by you not having confidence in who you are, why would you get involved with a woman, being a leader of her and you don't even know who the hell you are and you're going to lead this woman to this destination called failure because you don't even know who you are. How you going to give this woman some game when you don't even have game on who you are? So get some knowledge of self first. Get confidence, first. Get some, deal with some issues concerning you first before you get into a relationship, before you get between the woman's legs, before you get in her mouth, before you get in a relationship with her. Deal with you first, you know,
Yeah,
because you need to
yeah,
love yourself. You can't give no woman something that you ain't got for yourself. A man that's in love with himself, he would have never told another man, "Oh man, I can't, I can't be like you, Freeze. I can't be like you. You know what I mean, Trophy. I can't be like you. You know what I mean, T. I can't.
yeah,
Shit, you look better than me." A man that is in love with himself would never say anything like that.
yeah. True, true, true.
So deal with them personal issues, and so you can stop and get that cancer out of you, and that shit that's cancerous within you, so you can be prosperous in life and in women. But until you deal with that, don't even get involved with a woman right now. All right?
I appreciate the game.
Hell no. I don't know what happened in the end. I heard somebody even in the background. I don't know. Hello?
Hello?
What's going
Hey,
on?
Sam, how you doing, brother?
What's going on? Talk to me.
I I got a quick question for you. I'm not gonna hold your time. What is your opinion of guys, like you would say, professing to be pimping, but they're out here doing side stuff like selling dinner plates and doing all kind of other stuff but some pimping?
selling dinner plates. It's so let's get this straight. He's doing something legal on the side.
Hello?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you now.
He's doing something legal on the side. He got women selling dinner plates.
Yes.
I mean, hey, it's making a legal dollar. I mean, he might be making preparations to do something else, in the future. He don't have a place that he can rent first or own. He might not have the money to own a property, or he might not have the money to rent a certain place so he can have a restaurant. So right now, his cooking is so good. What I mean, he's selling dinner plates. What I mean, and things like that. So he's promoting the dinner plates and all of that, and he making some legal money on the side. Hustling on the side, selling food. I mean, I ain't gonna take the P away from him, or what I mean. I mean, he might be endeavoring to get out of the lifestyle. He might be getting ready to leave and go to his exit, and maybe his exit might be a restaurant in the future. I don't know.
Okay, I just wanted clarification on that. I appreciate you, man. And you have a blessed day.
All right. Yeah, that man might got a secret barbecue sauce. You know, he might got a secret barbecue sauce. He might got some recipes from his grandmother. And right now, who's to say that he might got a hoe that's locked up that stole something, and he's endeavoring to get that hoe, you understand me, out of jail. Hold on for a minute. He trying to get that hoe out of jail. So man, he got one bitch down that's selling pussy, and while she down, what I mean, he's selling dinner plates, man. He got to get to it. Hold on, y'all. Some of y'all didn't appreciate that 20, man. Some of y'all didn't see my questions, so I'm gonna bless you with them again. Would you rather have a flatbacker, or would you rather have a thief? Would you rather have a turnout, or would you rather have a veteran seasoned hoe? You know, would you rather have licks in the game or consistency? Would you rather be the P that bragged about getting certain licks in the game, or would you rather have consistency? Ladies, if you was in the game, or if you're in the game, what I mean, would you rather, would you rather basically have a pimp presiding over you, or would you rather be involved with a D-boy? Would you rather sit up there, you understand me, and have a man going 60-40 with you, 50-50 with you? Or would you rather have a man that's breaking you for every dollar that you got? Let me answer this. Hold on. Hello? Hello?
Yeah, so I feel like they all trick questions, but I just want to. My question is, how do you catch dates?
Hold on, player. Listen. I didn't ask you no trick questions. That's not a trick question.
I know, but I feel like you.
Okay, bro, I gotta get rid of you. I'm not feeling you. I gotta go. Silly little nigga didn't want to listen. Hello? Just like one of these little bras. Just like one of these little goofy bras. I'm sitting over there trying to talk. You talking too damn much. Pimp gotta move on. Hello?
Yo, what's up, Sam?
What's going on with it, man?
Nothing much, man. Chilling. But just answer that question you asked, whether you have a seasoned veteran or a rookie. I would probably say that I would rather have a rookie, man. Simply because you could probably mold her to, how you want to be. But ultimately, if you have a rookie or a seasoned veteran, I believe that the main thing that you should look for is loyalty. Because whether you got a seasoned veteran or if you got a rookie that just started last week, if she's loyal to you, then she's going to go out and get it for you regardless. And just to touch on the other question about if I would rather have a thief or a flatback, I'd probably rather have a flatback
simply because if you got a thief, that you should even been there. But that's just coming from a square. I mean, I'm not a P. I've never been one. But coming up in Cape Town, I used to live in the Shire, man. So coming from the Shire yourself, I mean, like you already know how easy it is to get lost in the sauce, caught up in some shit that you're not ready for. So yeah.
Okay. I respect your opinion, brother. Thank you for calling in. Okay, hello? Bro, I can't even hear you. What are you saying?
Oh shit, hold on. Sorry. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you.
All right. So I think I kind of got an answer for the first question. Would you rather have a veteran or a rookie hoe? I'm not in the lifestyle of pimping and hoe.
I'm sorry, but I didn't want to hear Bob Barker. I didn't want to hear Roger McGran, answer these questions. I had to go. I had to go. I'm sorry. I had to go. I mean, you can call me a racist, you can call me whatever, man. I didn't want to hear a guy that sounded like he was fresh off a date. He sounded like he had just got through paying the shit out of a bitch. He sounded like he had just gave a bitch some money to pee on him. And he talking about about your question. No, about hanging up. Hello?
Peace to the game. Peace to the game. It's YG the Prince.
Oh, man, blessings to you, man. Talk to me.
Yeah, man. Yeah, me personally, I'm gonna have to say, that fresh turnout, man. Because I feel, you can't teach an old dog new tricks. Now, ain't no wrong with a veteran because that veteran gonna bring it in. But the only thing about that vet is depending on how many, P's she has been with in the game, she might, come in with her own mentality on how she want to do things. Now, if you want 100% total control, then you want to get that fresh turnout because you're able to put your game solely in her. It's almost like, he was just talking about a restaurant, starting something from the beginning. You get a chance to really put your game into it versus somebody who already come pre-gamed up. You dig what I'm saying? With information already from other men that might not necessarily line up with what you got going on. Then it also depends on, is the vet older than you? Because if you a young P and you got, a vet that's a little bit older than you, you're going to have to deal with the double edge because not only is, she going to come with that older mentality, but she going to come with, I want to go out and do this. I want to do things, my way. And so I just say a fresh turnout, to, ball it all up,
Okay. Blessings to you, man. Thank you for calling in.
You did.
Hold on. Let me see something right quick. Let me see something right quick, man. Person is available. Hold on. Okay, let me try this one. Hold on.
Welcome, Rise and Wire.
Matter of fact, let's see what Free's old ass is doing. We even call him. See what Free's old ass talking about. He probably took it in. Thought he would still be down. Matter of fact, since he was in the comments section, let me see if See what Alexander the Great doing. Feel like picking on people. Probably don't want to answer that.
Yo.
Talk to me, man. You seen you in the comment section earlier. Let me ask you something, cause
All right.
you've been soaking up this game for a little minute now. So you know what I mean. Don't disappoint me, man. No, I'm just playing with you, little bro. But listen, I'm gonna ask you these questions, and I want to see, how you respond to them. Okay, which one would you rather have? A fresh turnout or a seasoned veteran hoe?
That's like asking if you want a drumstick or if you want a party, man. You hear me? No. Because okay, so you do the first turnout, man. She ain't nothing but under your instructions on how you want things done, and she's gonna listen to you more than she'll listen to anybody else, so to speak. Compared to a veteran, you feel me? She probably been under multiple instructions. She probably been told the wrong things, been through the worst, and she's just floating around.
Okay.
In my opinion.
Okay. I'm not gonna give my statement yet. I just asked a question. I want to see what's in that head of yours.
Hey,
Now,
but you already, when you had called me, you already knew the answer to that one, man. It turned out around here, man.
okay, Mister. It's turnouts around here. You want? Okay. You want to get overtly pimpish on your big bro? Okay.
Okay.
Let me ask you this: which one would you rather have, a flatbacker or a thief?
Flatbacker. Flatbacker. She's
Okay.
gonna get more time.
Uh-huh.
She's gonna get more time being a thief than a flatbacker. You know what I'm saying? If you look on the news, you're coming from New York to Arizona to Las Vegas, these bitches getting more time than they would flatback and being a thief. You know what I'm saying? And that's
Wait a minute. Let me ask you some questions. Let me investigate these answers. Okay.
Okay, go ahead, man.
Okay, you said now I'm about to get on you. Okay, so these people can no seriously. You know what I mean? Cause
Go ahead.
you my little brother. I love you, so I gotta chop you up. Then I even gotta chop the motherfuckers that called even prior to, and give all y'all some game. Okay, listen. If somebody asks me and they say sin, would you rather have a seasoned veteran hoe or would you rather have a fresh turnout? My answer would be a obedient hoe, because it's not promised every time that bitch that you turning out even to the game. I done seen pimps, you know what I mean, bring certain bitches to the game, and the certain bitches that they brung to the game, you know what I mean, had an attitude. It's like some of y'all ain't keeping it all the way real. Not every turnout situation was beautiful. Now you got some people, they gonna say, of course the turnout is a tailor made, you know what I mean, she tailored to your pimping. From my observation, every situation wasn't like that. Okay, let's go. Let's sit up there. You understand me? And ask some questions here. When that bitch, you know what I mean? That little bitch. Remember that little black bitch? Did I sit up there? You understand me? That I ain't gonna say too much, but the little dark skinned thing. You know what I mean? That you had.
Recently or
No, don't say too much. I heard Larry June in my ear. Don't say it. But now, with that little dark skin thing that you had, okay, let's rewind and go back in time. She was a fresh turnout, right? The little bitch that was from Vegas.
Should they we okay.
You know who I'm talking about now, don't you?
For the most part, yeah.
The one that was killing it on 27, nigga. The one that, come on, man. I ain't trying to go all into it. The little dark skinned thing that's from Vegas and she partly Arizona. She like Vegas and AZ.
Yeah.
Okay, so bam, that little dark skinned thing, when she first came into the game, did she have some rough edges?
Yeah, but she was already a participant.
No, no,
And
she wasn't. She had did some dates before. She still, let me lace you, man.
okay,
That still would be
okay,
considered a turnout. Just because a bitch did some, I mean, shit, there's some squares that done sold some pussy. The bitch would still be a fresh turnout simply because the bitch never had no pimping. So she's
okay.
still a fresh turnout.
So
Just
then we have
because
to
a
have
bitch
some stability within
sold
the
pussy.
conversation.
Go ahead, go ahead.
We have to have some stability within the conversation on the definition between a turnout and a veteran, because you still have some hoes that been through the game. You feel me? Been with some dominant game, some ism, some pimping, and they still on some fuck shit. They still out here
Okay,
telling.
okay, hold on,
They
hold on,
still
hold
out
on,
here
hold
doing
on.
shit that they're
Hold
not
on,
supposed to do.
you switching narratives. Hold on for a minute. Let's slide back for a minute. Before we go to 100th Street, let's go right back here to 99. Check it out. The bride that you had, we talking about something personal. We ain't talking about
Okay.
observation. This was a turnout that you had, and she still had rough edges. You still had to deal with some things. People can dress it up how they want to dress it up. Yeah, she a veteran, she seasoned, and all of that. But is she an obedient hoe? Because I know we both know some bitches that's been in this game 15 and 20 years, and they still not obedient. They still want to go back and forth with the pimping, like they equal to the pimping. You know what I mean? They doing all of that. You know? So, and reality, as far as, whether I rather have a veteran or whether I rather have, a fresh turnout or something like that. Now, of course, majority of the time, of course, we gonna sit up there and say a fresh turnout because the probability of her being obedient is actually higher than a bitch that been with him, and them. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? That's accurate. But at the same particular time, that don't necessarily mean that's all the point that I wanted to make. Just because she fresh in the game, that don't necessarily mean that she gonna be obedient.
Right.
You know
Right,
that
but at the
you
same
know that from experience.
yeah, but at the
Yeah.
same time, you asking this question, you already know what I got now, what I still got, and what I had. So me comparing what I had to something just recent. You know what I'm saying? When they had the little transaction out there in Cali, it's recent, a couple days ago. You hear
Uh-huh.
me? Me already being with something like that compared to what I did turn out, and the turnout is still going strong.
Okay,
So
watch
in my
this.
eye,
Watch this. You just confirmed my point. You just gave confirmation to the information that I'm conveying to you, and you're not even listening to yourself. I'm simply saying that every fresh turnout is not an obedient hoe. And I'm telling
right,
you that
right.
every seasoned veteran bitch is not an obedient hoe. So that's why Sin's answer is always an obedient hoe. All of that veteran, she seasoned. Oh, she a fresh turner. All of that's, that's how you dressing it up on one side, you dressing it up. My question is she an obedient hoe? Because you know from experiences that you see the situation that you have, that you've been having for a little while, that was a fresh turnout. That to you from Virginia, you see
Yeah,
how that went. The
yeah.
bitch, now let's do some math. The bitch from Virginia was a fresh turnout. I mean, pretty much, no, excuse me, a fresh turn on. And she had never been turned out before. This is the perfect example of she paid some pimps, she then gave some money to the pimping, but she never was properly introduced to the game and turned out, in the game. So let's fast forward. I'm not gonna say his name, but the individual that had the bitch after you got the bitch. You know what I'm saying? You see, he wasn't able to hold on to the bitch longer than a Tyson fight in the 90s simply because well, I ain't gonna I'm not gonna go too far, but I'm just telling you that it's always gonna be an obedient hoe with me, you know.
Yeah.
And the probability of her being an obedient hoe is higher when she's a fresh turnout. We understand that, but not every situation is going to be pleasant and beautiful. Sometimes it's going to be a beautiful struggle.
So what I'm getting from you now is, if somebody go ahead and ask you that question, from a fresh turnout to a seasoned veteran, your answer is going to be, is she obedient?
No, what I'm gonna say, I want a seasoned hoe. I want an obedient hoe. No, that's my answer. I want an obedient hoe.
Okay.
So if they ask me, seeing what you want, a flatbacker or you want a thief, I'm gonna say I want an obedient hoe, because she could be a thief and be disobedient. She could be a flatbacker and be disobedient. I want an obedient hoe. The thieves that I know in the game, the ones that's like really like with the shits, really checking it, man, these are some of the most disrespectful, belligerent, outlandish, rambunctious, foolish, brutish bitches that you would want to see on earth. So, like I said, a bitch could be a thief and be disobedient. I've seen thieves, really cash certain pimps out. But the whole time while they was paying the shit out of pimping, they was still, had a boyfriend on the side. Bitch was still getting out. Hold on. But niggas didn't give a damn because the bitch just gave him a watch. So because the bitch just gave him a watch, that is he gonna get 60, 70,000 for, she could just be a fag. And so because the bitch can sit up there, you understand me, and be, a fag, because she makes money, she got a pretty much a license, she got permission, she got authorization to just do whatever the fuck she wants. She could disrespect Pimpin when Pimpin sweating her on the blade. She can when Pimpin sweating her and doing his job, she cussing at Pimpin and all of this shit. And she think it's okay. Why? Because she's a thief. She makes money. So she knows that her man at home, he ain't really gonna trip like that because he's scared of the bitch blowing up. Most of these niggas is scared of the bitch blowing up. They're not going to pimp. Their standards is gonna disappear. They're gonna start compromising. So like I said, Sin want an obedient hoe. I can give a less fuck if that bitch was a thief or a fucking flatback, because I know some disobedient flatbackers and I know some disobedient motherfucking thieves. And let me tell you some more about that thief shit. Hey man, check it out. A lot of them niggas gonna tell you about how much money that them bitches done stole. A lot of watches and rings and shit that they stole, but they not telling you about the amount of money that they had to pay for lawyers. They're not telling you the amount of money that they had to spend on bail. Because all runs come to an end. And sometimes some of that same money that you got, a bitch can hit for $40,000 today and get into a legal situation next week. And that same money that she gave you last week, now you got to take getting a lawyer and getting the bitch out of jail. But see, they don't tell you about situations like that. They just want to front to you and make it seem like, everything was gravy. Now, you do have some magnificent Harvard University pimps that knew what to do, with them thieves, and made millions off their motherfucking ass. But yet, if they keep it real, they spent damn near $1 million on bail money too. They might have checked millions out that thief, but what they forgot to mention to you guys is that they spent, some pimps done spent the $500,000, and some done already spent $1 million on just bail money alone, fucking with thieves.
Hey, see the way I see about it is, when you could make a good rapport and have some consistent stability from it.
What if okay, that's a good question. Okay, so let's check this out. I'm gonna give you two situations and convey some good information upon them. One situation, I knew somebody who had they bitch in the escort service. All right, So he had her doing escort. And when the bitch basically was doing the escort service little thing, you know what I mean? She was making her little money here and there. But she had caught the trick slipping, and he had like 11 of them things over there. You know, he had 11 over a little bit over 11 racks. I think it was either 10 or 11 racks, at the most 13. I forgot. This shit been so long ago. But it was under 15. So, you know what I mean? The lick was between, excuse me, it wasn't even a lick, 10, 11, it was like 10 or 11,000. And so the bitch sits up there and steals it because he gave instructions for the bitch to take the money. And I want to tell you that that's stupid. Because if I'm not an escort nigga, by the way. You know, I'm not into that. But I've had partners in times past who was fucking with that escort thing. And that's stupid. Why in the fuck would you have a situation like that that's gonna bring in some consistency, you know, for that little bitty ass money? Because anybody in the game that's really pimping for real, they gonna tell you that what the fuck is 11 and 12,000? What's 13,000? What is that? For a situation that was gonna bring you over a rack every day. The bitch was gonna make what you got today. She was gonna bring that to you within that 2-week period, and she was still gonna have that situation. Now the bitch done stole that money, and now she can't work at the escort service no more. So now that was stupid. Okay, then you got another situation where, let's say, if a woman is in Vegas, Miami, or you know, a tourist city, and she end up meeting a guy from Canada. His plane leaves the next day. She's not going to see him again. All right? But he has, you know what I mean? He got a nice little Frank Mueller on him though. You know what I mean? He sit up there, you know what I mean, and pass out. Now, she's not a thief, but she might be just like, you know, one of my little bras or something like that. You know what I mean? Because, you know, I'm going to tell a broad this. Because, first of all, if the bitch a thief, that means they got to be in you. It's no such thing as, you know, you just going to create a thief. No, it had to be already in that bitch, and you just intensified it. You enhanced it. But it already had to be in the bitch. You can't create no fucking thief. It just had to be in her. It had to be in her bloodline. It had to be in her flesh. So check it out. You know, if she just one of them bitches that's an opportunist, she just capitalizing off an opportunity that she just so happened to have, of course Pimpin gonna tell her to sit up there and grab that watch. Because she's leaving tomorrow. And the probability of her seeing him again, slim chance to none, because he's going back to Canada. So why would she just, oh, well, you know, I ain't gonna take the watch, you know, man, we just gonna stay in touch, and maybe he'll come back next summer, and fuck all of that. Pimpin gonna tell that bitch to get that motherfucker Frank Mueller and bring that shit to me. You know what I'm saying? That's what, like I said, one situation, that was very stupid. For that little bitty money, and in that situation, that was stupid with the escort situation. But this is a different situation where this bitch, you know, her chances of seeing this dude again is a high chance, it's slim chance to none. So taking that Frank Mueller, you know, that's gonna be on the pimp's menu. Yeah, bitch, get that and bring that back. You know what I'm saying? So like I said, man, different situation, you know what I mean, gonna cause, you know what I mean, for a different conduct, which is gonna bring out a different outcome, you know? Yeah. So, but no, as far as, once again, would I rather have a flatbacker or a thief? You know, man, I'd rather have an obedient hoe. That's my answer. Because she could be a flatbacker and pay me and still be disobedient. She could be a flatbacker and still have the spirit of a renegade. She could be a thief and paying me like a motherfucker, but each and every day, with the multitude of money that she giving me, she also give me give me that obedient hoe. Yeah, give me that obedient hoe, man.
Hey,
Go
you
ahead.
remember that one nigga that just called in? That nigga said, he said, what's that, bro? I think that's a trick question, but and kept on going.
Man.
Hung up, bro.
Yeah, man.
Right,
I
man.
looked at that phone, man. I'm like, ask you, nigga, the pimpin' asking you a trick ass question. Nigga, get your trick ass off my phone. Hey, hey, matter of fact, bro, because Robert had asked the question talking about how did I become, the big bro and you the little bro. First of all, I'm older. Second of all, which is still first of all, I've been pimping longer than him. And not just that, you know what I mean? I'm the inspiration of him being in the game. I taught him the game. You know what I mean? I brought him into this shit. What do you mean?
What you said? Somebody just asked you?
Yeah, Robin, she asked, she say, how are you the big brother? This is one of my many little brothers that I've brought into the game. This is one of my proteges. What do you mean?
Hey, you're
How
doing
would not?
well around this motherfucker, you hear me?
What'd you say, Alex?
I said they're doing well around this motherfucker.
Yeah, man. Stop it. Hey, matter of fact, to give them some inspiration, bro. How did we watch this? How did we meet? How did we sit up there and come together? I'll let you tell it.
How did we come together? Shit, from the beginning when I first called you.
Yeah, first conversation. How did we first have our first conversation?
Oh, okay. Shit, I was in that. I did the little consultation, bro. And shit, at that time, I was working construction. I was getting paid $60 an hour to do some ironwork and shit. You know what I'm saying? Putting my life on the line, welding and all that extra shit, whatever. And then I called bro, and he tried his best to go ahead and steer me away from the lifestyle. You know what I'm saying? But I wasn't hearing that shit. I wasn't having it. And from there on, you feel me, he understood that I wasn't going nowhere, you feel me, I'm doing this, I'm in it to win it, blah, blah, blah. And shit, he let me know, bro, if you're gonna do it, you gotta do it. And you can't serve two masters. You know what I'm saying?
Remember what I told you. When you was working that job, I told you if you really want to do this shit for real, you know what I mean, you're gonna have to sit up there since you keep telling me that you want to do this shit and you won't take no for an answer. Okay, man, you're gonna have to make a sacrifice. You can't work this job and be this motherfucking pimping. And I lied to you not. You know what I mean? The real on is because hours later, that nigga was calling me on the highway on his way, you know what I mean, to it wasn't Vegas, it was
No, I was in Washington going to Vegas.
Right. Okay, but was she in Vegas at the time or was she in Reno?
She was in Vegas.
Oh, okay, so she was in Vegas. Man, that nigga called me on the highway, mashing to Vegas, man, telling me, man, yeah, man, we gonna have that conversation real soon, man. Yeah, I done left that job. You know what I mean? I'm going pimping. So he had a little. Go ahead.
That was a job, $60 an hour. You know what I'm saying? I was a foreman. I was cool. You know what I'm saying? But it was just something about somebody else's instructions to me while I'm going ahead and giving instructions to somebody else that wasn't sitting right with me. You understand? I was about 3,000 a motherfucking week, doing my thing, and these motherfuckers tell me when to get up, when to go to lunch, when to go home, what to wear, and all that, bro. That shit just wasn't adding up.
So he calls me. He like, yeah, man, we gonna be talking real soon, man. You talking about I gotta leave my job to be this pimping. You know what I mean? Well, yeah, we gonna be talking real soon, man, because I'm on this highway smashing to that Vegas. And at the time, he had already had, you know what I mean, a little prospect, something that was gonna turn into something, which is the bitch that he been having now for damn near 2 years. Bro, where you meet that bitch originally at? What was that app?
Tinder.
Right. The badass, damn near 6 feet. She damn near 6 feet tall. The badass little white bitch, you know what I mean, that he sit up there and knock. He knocked that bitch off of Tinder. So he had left, Washington. He pulling up in Vegas to pull up on this white bitch, from Tinder. And I'll never forget, man. He sat up there, you understand me, and called me, and put me on the phone, man. And this is what I mean by, our trust as brothers. He put the bitch on the phone. And I spoke to her and everything. I said, man, you sure this is what you want to do? So yeah, man, from that day on, I laced the both of them. And both of them basically, been in the game, and shit, man, they damn near going on 2 years. Let me ask you something. This is a lot different from that job, huh?
Oh yeah, a lot different, man. It's more stressful too. It's a lot more stressful. But at the same time, you reaping what you sow.
I remember one time, and I'm not gonna put his business out there, but I remember one time, bro he was in that Scottsdale, bro was in that Scottsdale, man, sitting over there. This was his first time. You know how young peas do. Young peas like to splurge and things, man. When you first get in the game, man, you want to show, that you pimping. So, he used to have me really smiling and laughing because, bro showed me the receipt at Whole Foods. Didn't you spend, wasn't it like 1,300 or something at Whole Foods?
Just about, yep, a bunch of fruit, vegetables, salmon.
Yeah, I was like, this nigga taking the game serious. He didn't spend over $1,300 up in Whole Foods. Then, to show me that, he doing some pimping and everything like that. Man, that man sat up there, you understand me, man, had them broads, dressed accordingly, and beautiful conservative, attire and things like that. They was at the little restaurant, he pretty much paid a little bit over 2 racks, for the dinner and everything that they had, and then one of the little bras that he had at the time, she say, we spending a lot of money on food and everything, and woo woo. But I love the way, that my little brother had set up there, man, and check that bitch, man. You know what I'm saying? And let that bitch know that, with the life, with things that we doing, the sacrifices that we making, to live this type of life, we should have the best. We should eat the best, wear the best, live at the best spots, all of that. You know what I mean? We should be able to do things that squares ain't able to do. You know what I mean? And if you think with that small mentality, then I might be the wrong one for you, baby, because if you think that 2 racks is too much, to be eating at a beautiful, a nicely embellished restaurant, then yeah, man, I might be the wrong motherfucker for you. So that's what I knew, man. I knew that Alexander the Great was going to be something, man. I knew that bro was going to be something in this game, man. I knew that he had the potential to do something, man, just with that flair, with that confidence to just sit up there and rebuke the bitch. Oh, I was loving it. I was loving it, man. So yeah, man, I don't want to put too much out there, man, because I be keeping you off this internet and shit like that. But one more call before I go, bro. Love.
Oh, yeah, do your thing.
All right. Bam. Yeah, man. Robin gonna ask how he get to be, why he got to be the little brother and you the big brother and everything. Because I stood up there and brought him into this game. Because him and others, I've laced them and I laced they hoes. Yeah. And they don't worry about me knocking them for they bitches because they look at me as their big brother, which I am, and we like a family. So I wouldn't even do that. Yeah. Okay, so let's get to it. Hello.
Hey, Sin, I got a question.
Go ahead.
Say if you sit a bitch down on the track, she just got in town, and she come up on a little lick off the track. Do the next day you sit her back down on the same track, or do you relocate?
If she hit a lick on that track, you talking about the next day, shit. I'll let that bitch come in, man, change her little wig or her attire. She go take a little hoe. Hey man, I'm gonna let that hoe. I'm gonna let, I'm gonna let that hoe change her wig if she wearing one, or she might have her own little natural hair, whichever. She gonna take a little hoe shower. You know what I mean? That bitch sit up there, man. Get out that hoe shower, man. You know, I'm gonna have something to put up in that bitch ear, man, to go get some more of it. You know, hey, check it out. The my bitch out here, the bitch, you know what I'm saying, that gave me over 2 years of hoeing before I physically came here. Her first motherfucking night on concrete. Her first night. You say what?
I remember you saying that she came off about 4 racks or something.
See, you got a you got a good memory, man. Yeah, man. Her first night, man. The bitch wasn't even out there an hour, and she came back with $4,165. You know, and I was actually on the line with Freeze at the time, man. Like I said, when the Raptors had won the championship, man, it was money everywhere, man. I wish the Raptors would just win the championship first. On her first night, her feet touched concrete. That bitch touched $4,165 in less than an hour of being out there. And when I sit up there, you understand me, and spoke to the bitch, of course, she was excited. You know what I mean? I put some more up in her ear, some more game. And no, we didn't kick it for the rest of the night and all of that shit. No, I broke the bitch and sent her back to work. You sit up there, you understand me, let the bitch take a shower and change her attire and send the bitch back to work in a whole different environment. That's why you create, especially if you go to a different country, you create different tracks in different cities. And that's why I appreciate the way that the game took me. It was the will of the game for me to start in America first. You know what I'm saying? Because when she did that shit, she did it in motherfucking Brampton. Let me be quiet because I don't want to wake too many of these little Canadians up that be on these little lines and shit. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah, man, the bitch, a lot of these motherfuckers is on these little internet websites and they don't even know the money that's being checked outside. A lot of them are ignorant of that. You know, real talk. But yeah, you know what I mean? Just in case if one of you Canadian bitches is listening, yeah, bitch, it's only so much that Leo's list gonna do. Yeah, that Leo's list is cool.
Well,
Yeah, but bitch,
in America, it's the same thing. Skip and list crawler. The bitch ain't never seen concrete.
Right. I understand what you're saying, but go ahead.
Yeah, that's no. Go ahead. Except for walking to the store, that's all she's saying.
No, I was just simply saying that, man. You know, out here, most of the bitches is, you know, they fucking with D boys and having boyfriends and things like that, and they fucking with Leo's list, but they're not fucking with the concrete though, and they don't understand that. You know what I mean? You can make, you know what I mean, over 2 G's. You know what I mean? You stay down. You know what I mean? You can sit up there, might check. You know what I mean? 3 racks or more just on the blade, and I ain't even talking about hitting no lick. I'm just talking about asking for it and receiving it. You know what I mean? And you can get that right now outside. Some of y'all know, you know what I mean, that you need a confidence booster. And I'm here to tell you that that confidence booster is outside. Because ain't nothing like, you know what I mean, you going outside looking sexy and them tricks pulling up on you. It's not the same as a trick looking at pictures that you, even if it was you and it's for professional, it's not the same thing. When you walking up and down that street, it's like a fucking runway. And them tricks are just pulling up on you. They're not pulling up on fake pictures. They're not pulling up on filters. They're pulling up on you. You know, that's the difference. Hold on. Let me put it right there. You know, yeah, man, for the Canadians that's listening, you know what it is. Certain niggas knew that, you know what I mean, what it was with me. Once they started learning, you know what I mean, started talking to me, you know what I mean? Because like I said, when I first came to that Brampton, when I used to come outside, nobody knew what I was doing. Because when I would come outside, man, I got on Jordan outfits and, you know, shorts and jogging pants and pro clubs and shit, Air Force Ones and Jordans. You know what I mean? So I wasn't wearing no suits or any of that. And anything that would cause attention to me, I wasn't. I came outside like a regular nigga. And they did not know that I was sitting over there just checking it like a motherfucker. You know? And I'm just say something that'll probably wake a little of y'all up, but I ain't gonna say too much. But yeah, man, from the Burger King to the Dairy Queen, man, you know, Sin was checking it. Now, if you sit up there and put your mind together, you might be able to understand what Sin's saying without him saying what he's saying, You know what I mean? But yeah, man, from the Burger King to the Dairy Queen, you know what I mean? Sin got it cracking. That's Sin. You know? So when you seen, you know what I mean, that little tall, little black thing with them long, little sexy legs, yeah, that little pretty face a little bit, yeah. Remember that pretty little blonde, you know what I mean? They used to come out and be down, you know, 8, 10 out. Yeah, that's me. You know what I mean? Yeah, that's it. Let me stop.
Now, let me ask you something. Now, when you met those ladies, have they ever been outside before? Had ever been outside before?
Brother, I already made it known. You not listening. The broad that I had for over 2 years, that was that was out here before I got here. I used to send her to the store. I used to send her to different places and have her walk. And I used to ask her, did anybody pull over? And she'd tell me, yeah. And she didn't got into a few things, but she never, you know, basically sit up there, you understand me, and say, okay, this the track and this what I'm doing. She didn't do that until I came here. You know what I mean? Her first night, you know what I mean, less than an hour, you know what I mean, man, 57 minutes, man, that bitch come back with $4,165. Facts. You know, but go ahead.
Right.
Huh?
Oh yeah, she didn't have no fever after that first night, right?
Well, you must understand that months later, and many of you know that Sin is not lying because you know the video. If you go, hold on, I'm gonna tell you where to go so y'all can flood the comment section and everything. You know, for those of you that haven't never seen that video, all you got to do is put in, hold on, let me see this right quick. Give me 1 second, brother. Okay, the video is called "Are Pimps Still Getting Money from the Blade?" That's all you got to do is put in "Are Pimps Still Getting Money from the Blade?" and you can have my name in there, and it's gonna take you right there. If you pay attention, you know what I mean. That was the first day that my black bitch. That was the first day that she had made over 2 racks within a 24-hour period. My white bitch, you know what I mean, the bitch that had been, you know, here, you know, before I got here, that was her first, that was the biggest money that she had ever touched. That bitch had sat up there and touched $10,970. She was $30 from checking 11,000. Might as well say pretty much 11,000. You know what I mean? Like I said, man, you know, when the Raptors won that championship, man, it was just money all around this motherfucker, man. You know, like I said, man, I wish the Raptors was winning the champ. The Raptors. Listen. I'm a Chicago Bulls fan to the core, man. But the Raptors need to win again, man. They need to win again. They need to win again. But look, man, I appreciate you for calling in. I'm gonna close out.
All right, man. Have a good one.
All right, love. All right, hold on. Damn. Okay, Bill put it in the comment section for y'all. Yeah, that's the video. The video that Bill put in the comment section, that's the video right there if you haven't seen it. But yeah, if you count the dollars, you'll see that Sin wasn't lying. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, I just appreciate this game. Let me do this black dudes. No, they not. I don't know what you looking like, but no, they not. Man, no, they not. No, my brother. I would have to disagree with that. The white women in downtown Chicago, nigga, are very friendly. You must got, I don't know if you're mean mugging or you're coming up looking, you know, maybe they don't feel you're approachable. I don't know, but that's not my experience. Yeah, that's not my experience, man. The white women in downtown Chicago, a lot of them do have a sedity, arrogant, egotistical attitude, it's no different or worse than the women in Hollywood. But if you just know how to talk to women, if you know how to make somebody laugh and then go right into a conversation, man, that shit easy, bro. Some of y'all be mentally defeated before you start talking to the bitch though. That's the only reason why you didn't knock the bitch. You know what I mean? Because you was already mentally defeated before you started talking to her. But not me. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, them white broads, I know what you're talking about. You're talking about them business women, them career having women. Yeah, man, if you sit up there, you understand me right now, you know what I mean, go downtown Chicago, you know what I mean, I guarantee you right now, if you come up and you just come up and like a gentleman, you initiate a conversation like a gentleman and you conduct yourself like a gentleman, you'll get some results. But all of that, hey, come here. Hey, baby. Hey, baby. Shorty. Hey, I know you hear me talking to you, bitch. You hear me talking to you. Hey. No, she's not going to talk to you. You know? I'm usually wearing a suit. Oh, man, stop it. You should be getting action. You come downtown Chicago and you're a well-groomed man and you conduct yourself like a gentleman, you know, you should get action. You should be getting action, man. Hold on. I might have to do a video one day. How to approach women in downtown Chicago. It's a lot of immigrants, so black dudes are novels. Peace and family and blessings. If you catch Carabana, it's some real money in Toronto. Oh yeah. Come on, man. It's gonna be listen, it's real money now. I'm not gonna talk too much, but no, you don't have to wait to Carabana. Well look, Bill, matter of fact, Bill, put that link in the comment section for them. Put the link to the Patreon. Bill, you put the link to the video and somebody else put the link to my Patreon in the comment section. Before I get out. I work downtown, shy, and it's sweet, bro. Exactly. Okay, reach out through the Patreon. Okay, now if you haven't seen that video, you could definitely click on that link that Bill just put in the comment section and see the video that I was talking about. You know, you can look dead at it. Now, and then as far as the Patreon, I want everybody to go there. I want everybody to go to that. I really want you to go to that $50 tier because that's where I'm posting all the classics at. What the Pimpin' don't do, you know what I mean? The rise and fall of King Nice, you know, give her a reason, all the classic roastings. That's on the $50 tier. Anybody on the $50 tier will tell you that the $5 tier is lit. It just don't have them classics like the $50 tier has, and I'm still not done posting. You know? Appreciate you too, Ace. Blessings. Appreciate Punchy 16. Sin is apologizing to women make you look weak. Damn, why you asking me that question and I gotta go? Damn, I gotta get off here. I'm 12 minutes over the time. All right, man. I love you guys. I hope you live as long as you want and never want as long as you live. Make sure you hit the like button. I'm gonna let this video breathe a little bit. I might even put this on my Patreon. Love you guys. One.